Yo. What is going on? I hope everyone's having a good morning. Good morning. So was figuring to do a stream right now and kind of go over some stuff. Hope everyone's enjoying their day, whether they're working, whether they're just hanging out, doing their thing. Um, you know, had some stuff to do this morning and didn't really get a lot of sleep last night either. So we didn't do a stream yesterday. Doing a stream today, and just talk about some of the rumors, what's going on, how you guys feeling about some of the new news that's come out on Jalen Carter and some other things like that. Obviously, very early in the process of the draft. This is draft month. I mean, we're getting there. A few more weeks, and we're gonna be there. So a lot of stuff going on. So obviously with the Jalen Carter stuff going on right now, and potentially could be the pick for the Eagles, whether they probably have to try to move up. I think from what I heard, I think Jalen Carter's had a second visit with the Bears. I'm guessing he doesn't want to he doesn't want to have any visits with out of the top 10, and this is probably more his agent than him. Um, so there's a lot of different options there. Whether you're a fan of Jalen Carter or not, would give him another chance or not, it's definitely an eye opener. You know what I mean? Would the Eagles take a chance on the guy that's had some issues off the field a little bit? I think there's definitely a trade up here. There's definitely a trade back if he's not the guy that they're looking for right now. But we'll see. But I want to say hey to everybody. Tuesday morning to everybody. What's going on? EC1, what's going on, man? We got Suo. What's going on, dude? Hope you're having a good day. Chilling, man. Chilling. We got Walt. We got Wilson. William Pace is bang, bang. Joey, how's it going? How's family? Fly. Everything's good, man. Everything's good. Just busy, staying busy. Brady Kelly Green, what's going on, dude? Chris 716 10 says, give me Carter. Road Short Film, what's going on, dude? Lauren says, I would get Darius Davis in the second round. It looks like the Eagles are looking at a receiver right now, which I'm going to do more research, but some news came out today. It looks like Eagles are showing interest in wide receiver Braxton Westfield from Carson Newman University. Westfield had an eye-opening performance at his pro day, including a 4.45 40-yard dash, 37-inch vertical jump, and the 10.8 broad jump. Those are impressive numbers at 6'2", 205. So they're looking at a big receiver right now with a lot of speed, which is pretty cool. Like I said, I think they've been scouting out wide receivers. We'll do more research on this of why they have a lot of interest in him. I don't know much about him, but I'll definitely maybe do a video on it. Maybe have him involved in a video. I think that'd be pretty cool. Ron says, hey, Shakes, how you doing, man? Good morning. What's going on, Ron? Hope you're having a good morning, man. What's going on, Monkey? Says, hey, Joey, go Cowboys. Lawrence Taylor says, you and 500 and Gates said you're the best. I appreciate it so much, man. And those other guys do a really good job, too. You know how it is. Corp says, what do you think about Jeffrey Simmons' trade to the Eagles? I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen because of the money. I don't think his cap number is really a big deal. I'm not really worried about that. It's really the pay that I have to really worry about with him. He's going to want $20 million a year, probably more. I mean, guys, 25, 26 years old. I don't think it's going to be possible to do a Jeffrey Simmons type thing. There could be a player involved. They could. I mean, look, I'd be shocked if they go after a Devin White or something like that. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if they trade for a player. I don't know if they do that. I think either they just made a trade up or trade back in this draft. It could be. I think there's a big chance they actually do that for a player. I'm not really sure right now. I'm not really sure. EC, what's going on? So, yo, Joey, hope you have a great day. You too, man. Mark Muller, what's going on? He said, hey, Joey, what's up? What's going on, Mark? Chris Scott says, hey, Shakes, I'll be listening, bro. What's going on, Chris? Hope you're having a good day. I got the Skull Cherry right now. I have to quit. but I have to quit. Never mind what I'm doing. I got to quit. You know, got to do it. Got to do it soon. But it's tough. Corp, so what do you think it would take to trade up to get Will Anderson? It's going to take, I don't know. Here's the interesting part about the Will Anderson thing now, because now potentially there could be a fifth team moving up into the top 10 aggressively. Now, there's a lot of rumors that the Raiders want to trade up to the third overall pick. There's a lot of rumors that the Titans want to trade up to the third overall pick, where the Cardinals are sitting right now. And then I had really the Cardinals taking Will Anderson. Sorry. I had the Cardinals taking Will Anderson with the third overall pick. This could actually help the Eagles. This could help Will Anderson move down a little bit. By how much, I don't know. I feel like there's still some teams that would still get him. Some teams realistically didn't think that he would be there in the top 10, wherever that team is sitting, that potentially could draft him, could have a change of heart. And if he's available, they could really draft him. I wonder how high the Eagles have him on the board. I wonder if Will Anderson will, maybe will drop. I still think you got to trade up. I mean, you might not, who knows? You know what I mean? But I feel like he will be gone. I feel like Carter and Will Anderson could be gone. And that's why when I talk about the third overall talent, best player available, it's Bijan Robinson. And I've been saying this forever. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Bat says you guys will need a trade with the Cardinals if you want. No, I'm not even. It's a guy that I would want, but I'm not like, oh my god, we have to get him. Like, I think at defensive end we look pretty good right now. You got Sweat, you got Reddick, you got Graham. I think they're fine. Derek Barnett comes back for just a prove it year for himself to get a new contract with another team. They can always add another guy. There's so many defensive ends in this draft. I mean, it's sickening how many there are. You know what I mean? And I think Nolan Smith is a huge one for the Eagles. I feel like Nolan Smith could be a realistic player that could come here. They're really liking these Georgia players a lot. I think there's something there with that. But we'll see. DB says, please take Jalen Carter. He will fit perfect with the Eagles. Yeah, because he'll dominate. That's why. I saw the video online. I mean, it wasn't Carter. It was somebody else. I don't know if that was him. I don't think that was him. I think that was somebody else. Talking about the incident, what's going on. So. Wilson says, yeah, if the Cardinals trade out of 3, Eagles really have to think about moving up. I think there's a chance they can get Anderson. There might be a chance, but I'm not going to put too much on it, because there could be another team in front of us that, maybe thought there'd be no chance to get him. But if the Titans, actually trade up, or if the Raiders trade up, who knows? I would rather the Titans trade up, because then it's more of you have 5 teams going after quarterbacks. You know what I mean? Well, you still have 4 quarterbacks. You'll still have 4 teams going after quarterbacks, but still, I think it would definitely help. The Raiders want to move up to the 3rd overall. Titans apparently really want a quarterback. I guess they don't believe in Malik Willis, and obviously their starting quarterback right now is like a $36 million cap hit. So I just don't think I think they would definitely want to move on. We got Cheyenne Deanne. What's going on? Joey, what's up? What's going on? Got Danny. What's going on, dude? Of course, realistically, the Eagles need Carter and Bijan. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not necessarily saying, like, I think it's going to be either Bijan or Carter. And then you're going to draft either defensive end. You could draft, I don't know. Excuse me. CJ, what's going on, dude? There is rumors OBJ going to the Ravens. Yeah, I heard the Ravens and the Jets are like the top suitors right now for him. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be like a multi-year contract, a 1-year deal, something like that. I'm not really sure. Danny says maybe Howie can trade down from 10, get Cansey, and at 30 go O-line, and the second get Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Gibbs is going to make it to the second. I mean, maybe, but I doubt it. I think, I think Paris Johnson is definitely a guy that they could get. Osiris Torrance could be another guy they could get, because at the end of the day, I think they need depth. I think an offensive lineman is going to get drafted in the first round. I do. I don't know why. I'm just feeling it. I feel like they don't want to pass up on somebody. If they want to go after Kalijah Cansey and then want to trade back, they could trade back into the mid-teens and probably still get him, keep themselves alive a little bit, and get a 4th, 5th round pick, something like that, just because the Eagles don't have 4th, 5th, 6th round picks. So obviously that's a problem right now, but I mean, yes, I love it that we have 2 firsts. Don't, definitely, I think it's a win-win for the Eagles regardless. I mean, I think they're gonna get the guy that they want. So, was that Carter in the video, bro? Because I don't know if that was him. He was talking about Jalen Carter, so I don't even think he was in that video. I don't think that was him. It looked like him, but I don't know. He was saying Carter's name, but I don't know if it was him though. EC wants the Cincinnati. Tyler Scott would be a very good option in the slot. Yeah, Cincinnati. What are you talking about? You're talking about. I don't know who that is. You're talking about like the actual NFL team in Cincinnati. Or are you talking about the college? Because I have no idea what other receivers they've been interested in, to be honest with you, besides the one they talked about today. Derek Way says, what do you think about drafting Cansey at 10 if Carter's taken off the board? I think we desperately need the D-line depth. Well, I mean, Kalijah Cansey wouldn't be depth. He'd be a starter right next to Jordan Davis. I don't have an issue with drafting Kalijah Cansey, but I wouldn't draft him at 10. I'd probably move back a few spots. I'd probably trade back a few spots. I feel like you could still get him. Q-Ball, what's going on, dude? Shaquille Dalton says, what do you think of Byard from the Titans? Are you comfortable with Edmonds? I like Terrell Edmonds a lot. I feel like they could still add in another safety. I feel like they can. As much as I like Reed Blankenship, I still think they should add more competition to it. Terrell Edmonds is a really good stopgap player. I think the only thing that's really kind of down on him is the picks. He's only got like 5 in 5 years. Realistically, he was going to sign a multi-year deal with the Steelers. He backed out of it to sign with the Eagles. So that really tells you that he likes the culture, likes the players. Team was just in the Super Bowl. I think Edmonds is going to be, I think he's probably one of the most underrated guys we've signed this year. I think he's going to be as good as CJ or better. And obviously you get a guy that's played safety a lot longer than CJ has, which is good. The only thing you're kind of losing with Terrell Edmonds is, can play nickel and safety, but I'm not really worried about that too much. I feel like they're going to add more depth, and we'll be good to go. TV says there's nothing Howie can't do. That's totally true, man. That's totally true. Gentleman Culture, what's going on, dude? He says Joey Shakes, I want Gibbs and Robinson. It would shake the entire draft by automatically giving us the running back duo in the league. Yeah. And I don't, you know what, at the same time, like, I wouldn't care if they draft Gibbs with like the second first rounder, like if that's where they wanted to go. I think that's a huge weapon for the Eagles. Pass catching weapon, can move all over the field, great vision. I just think Robinson is better when it comes to his vision. And I think everyone kind of downplays Robinson and his pass catching ability. And I feel like he's just really good at it. And I think if you throw to him on stride, I think he'll be even better. Obviously, I think any running back that catches in stride would be great. Something we didn't do with Miles Sanders too much after his rookie year, and kind of annoyed me a little bit, So that's definitely something to definitely look at. But yeah, I would love it. Would love one of those guys. William says Keely Ringo feels like a Howie pick maybe after a trade back from 30. Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think you can get him early second round if that's what you really want to do. He'd be a nice depth piece for us. Definitely can work on some things, but to be honest with Keely Ringo, you could do a lot with him. You could play him from corner to safety. I think you can actually cross train him. I would actually try cross-train him if they draft him. I wouldn't mind it. I think he's got the body for it. I think he's got nice downhill play. I think Ringo would be a nice fit at safety too. No joke. I think he could actually play multiple positions if you put his mind to it. I think he could do it. Mr. Rupu says they're not trading back from 10. This team lost difference makers, so need blue chips to replace that. The Eagles don't have the luxury of picking 10 every year. No, I totally agree with that. Totally agree. I mean, only if it makes sense for who they're getting. If they're getting Kalijah Kancey, like if Carter, Will Anderson, and if they have no interest in drafting Bijan, they want to go Kalijah Kancey, then they move back. I still think if you want to draft Nolan Smith, you move back. I think they move back regardless. I've been more welcoming into moving back, trading back in this draft, because I feel like they could still get their guy, even moving back 2 to 5 spots, depending on who they're getting. I think it's very realistic. I think they could still get, some mid-round picks, which they really do need. They want to keep themselves alive in this draft. So we'll see. So DB says go get Mixon from Cincinnati and draft defense. That's what you need most. I'm not trading for a running back right now. I'm not trading for a running back. That's definitely not happening. It's stupid not to draft a running back this year. It's dumb to not draft one. I think if a team needs a running back, this is the perfect draft to get one. You know what I mean? It goes pretty far right now. So they still need another defensive. They definitely need a defensive tackle this year. I think the offense is going to be very explosive this year. The defense lost a few pieces. So I feel like I still feel like this defense needs to be average at best. I don't think they need to load up like they did last year, because the players really bailed out the defensive coordinator last year in a lot of games. Obviously the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, this defensive coordinator just didn't make adjustments and didn't make the right adjustments, and really set up this team to fail at the end of the year. So we have a new defensive coordinator now that should be a lot better. I think Sean Desai is going to do a really good job. And our offense, I just want to add more weapons to it. So we'll see. I keep saying the Eagles should draft Brian Branch. I don't know if they go after safety in the first round. They really, I understand they don't draft running backs in the first round. They don't. I just don't think a safety. They've already hit on that position 2 times already with Justin Evans and obviously Terrell Edmonds. They've already hit on it twice. The more I see they hit on a position a few times, I kind of see that they go a different direction. Maybe in the later rounds they do. So we'll see. Eric Long says, would you be happy with them drafting Jalen Carter and then Brian Branch with the second pick? With this, with the second first round pick you're talking about, I wouldn't mind it, but I just don't think they're going to do it. I think Carter's definitely realistic. Because what other team? He's only visited the Eagles. He's visited the Bears. For Carter, he's only visited 2 teams. What other team in the top 10 is going to want him? Seattle, maybe. They already paid a defensive tackle a lot of money. Maybe they want another one. I'm not really sure. Could be the Raiders if they can't trade up, to third overall, unless they really want to go. They're not going after. I don't know why they want to go after third overall. Maybe they have a lot of interest in Will Anderson, I guess. That's why they want to trade up. They signed Jimmy G, so I don't get why they want to really trade up, that much. So we'll see. Chris Scott says, I honestly think Howie's waiting to see if Byard gets released. That's probably why we haven't signed Neal yet. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, actually. The Ryan Neal thing is interesting. It's definitely a top free agent that's out there. The thing is, like, if Howie can get him on the contract or some type of contract that they want to give Chauncey, I guess it's realistic that they can get him. The Kevin Byard thing's interesting because the Titans want him to take a pay cut, and if he doesn't take a pay cut, they're probably going to release him. I'm not trying to trade for Kevin Byard. If they're going to try to trade him post-June, they'll save $14 million. If they release him, they'll save $6 million. I don't think it's realistic. I don't know. it really depends on what he's looking for money wise, and I think they could spread out the cap. He's got like a $19 million cap. It's a lot. His cap number is ginormous. So realistically, I don't know where they're going to go with it, but we'll see. The Real Gaming Age says Joey Shakes always come clutch with the streams. Much love. Appreciate it so much, man. Appreciate it so much. Yeah, we missed out on yesterday. So today, doing some things. Eric says, "Am I the only one that's still salty about losing the Super Bowl?" No, I absolutely hate it. I'm more over it now than I was. I didn't want to make videos for like 2 weeks after that, but unfortunately, that's the name of the game where I have to make videos every day. So let's see here. DB says Bijan averaged less than 2 receptions a game during his career. Not a huge body of work to judge by. I don't really care about that. I'm not really. I don't really care about him going after the football. I care about him running behind this offensive line at the end of the day, as a big talent. I don't care how another team used him. The Eagles have been interested in heavier backs, but unfortunately, they haven't found the right guy. Trey Sermon. What's his name? Brooks from Oklahoma. They've always been interested in those bigger, elusive backs, and they just haven't found the right one yet. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I feel like they want a more elusive bruiser, and I feel like they can get it in this draft, and that's where they want to go. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Frank, what's going on, dude? Frank Smith said, I really do think that we make some type of trade. I don't like the trading back thing as much, but if it makes sense, there's only a couple spots back. I'm for it. Yeah, like I'm not saying like go back 10 spots. I'm saying like 2 to 4 spots, like just to get an extra pick in the mid rounds. Like that's all I'm really looking for. The only time I would really move back by more than 10 spots is if there was an aggressive team that wanted to move up to 10th overall from a far spot to get an extra second round pick this year, an extra first round next year. I would probably do it, to be honest. If we were to get a lot of draft compensation for an aggressive team, I would definitely do it. But you say I got to go, Joey. Got things to do. Old man can't play with kids all day. Oh God. That didn't sound right. Just joking. Thanks. Troll y'all later. What's going on? All right, man. You have a good day, man. You have a good day, DB. Gentleman Coach says, no, Joe, I'm talking about just one of them. I need both. Not only the best O in football, the best O-line franchise, not even close. Yeah, well, that's 100. If it's both, that's definitely not happening. Got to be realistic with that one. Corey Little says, don't be surprised if we get more picks, and good undrafted players are always good ones and steals. Plus, did you hear about cuts in August? Yeah, so they're going to cut down the roster in August from 90 to 53. It's kind of nuts. In one day, they have to actually make cuts from 90 to 53, which is not a bad. Like it's bad, but it's good. It's bad because you're cutting. It's a lot of pressure for the coaches to cut all those guys in one shot. It's good because there could be another team out there that lets go of a player that had a really good offseason, and the Eagles could swipe and get somebody. Probably be your best spot to get a special teams guy, maybe another guy to kind of be, at least, maybe for a kick returner, maybe for another punt returner to kind of get in competition with Covey or something like that. So, you know what I mean? Estevan says, yo, Joey, love you, brother. What's going on, man? Hold on one second. Philly for Life says, at 10, Gibbs at 30. Man, that would be a dangerous offense for years to come. Yeah, if I'm taking 2 offensive players, I don't think they go after wide receiver and running back. I think realistically they go after running back and offensive line. That's where I think they go. I don't know if they touch a receiver. I love the profile picture, by the way, but I don't know if they go after a I don't know if they go after a first round wide receiver this year. I'd be shocked if they actually got JSN. I'd be really beyond shocked over that. You know what I mean? So we'll definitely see though. Let's see here. And more VJ says, is there a possibility the Eagles can get Jalen and Bijan? Yeah, I mean, they I mean, if they drafted Carter at 10, if they were able to draft Carter at 10, great, and then they could move up with that second first round pick, but what is it going to cost to move up tremendously to go get him? And it really depends in the mid rounds, like who's really going after a running back at that time. If Bijan's not taken by 14, 15, if they can move up maybe just a few spots with that second first rounder, really just depends on really needs of teams. I don't think you have to give up that extra second round pick to move up, but you might have to. You might actually have to. You know, they could be using an extra second rounder next year if they really have to. So we'll see. Bingo says, yo, Joey got a stomach virus, but I'm tuned in, bro. Love you. Dude, I hope you feel better, man. That sucks. I hope you feel a lot better, man. Just relax, dude. Just relax. But hopefully everything gets better. Eric Long says, to be honest, Bijan Robinson is hands down the most talented player in this draft. The draft is kind of weak, so why not take him this year since he's a generational talent? That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I feel like you cover that running back position for 4 years, and you have Jalen Hurts and him have the same agent. I feel like when his catchability, I feel like Bijan and what he could do on those jump cuts, and every time there's a defender in front of him, like he'll turn what looks like a 3-yard run to be like a 25-yard run. He's got that home run talent, so I really do like him. I feel like I think you got toughness out of him. I think you have a sense of good character too out of him, and I feel like you can really dominate. I think adding Bijan puts another 2 touchdowns on the board every single week on top of what your offense could do on its own. I think you could put 35 plus points every single week with him, even more. So, we'll definitely see. Bernier says, I think the drafting Jalen Carter at 10 is the pick that makes the most sense for what the Eagles would most likely do. They value trenches, and we need another DT is my pick at 10. Yeah, look, I there's no doubt. There's no doubt about it, man. There's no doubt. So we'll see. You two wants to Tyler Scott's Cincinnati Bearcat. Mars, you're very fast. Joey's sending you some highlights. Yeah, I'll look at it. Ryan says Carter at number 10 and Israel A at number 30. Corey says it will be insane for us to win 14 games. Oh, I mean, I don't know yet. I can't say anything about it. I got to see the schedule. Got to see how our games, when's our bye week, how this whole entire schedule is scheduled, and I got to see the final product of what our roster is going to look like. That's too early to tell. Last year, I said 13. I said 13 games last year. That's what I said last year. The potential they had as a full team, yes. Like I said, way too early to tell on what this team could do. Angelo Douglas says Chauncey, Gibbs, Sidney Brown, Ivan Pace Jr. Wouldn't be too bad. That's not a bad draft. AEW says I found wide receiver 3 J.J. Holloman. Someone needs to put a bug in Howie's ear. Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard too many receivers. I heard the one today. I don't know if they're looking at him to be a wide receiver 3 or compete with Quez. But I'm not really sure. What's his name? Braxton Westfield from Carson Newman University. Apparently there was some Eagles scouts at his pro day, and did a really good job. So for a big receiver at 6'2", 205. So we'll see. As of chicken cheesesteak with Rob, Wiz, sharp provolone mushroom, and Bijan mustard. Sounds good, right? It sounds great. Yeah, obviously, dude, if they drafted him, then there's going to be Bijan mustard in Philadelphia. There's no doubt. Eagles Lance says Carter and Bijan. Bijan's better than a running back coming out next year. Just take if Carter's off the board, that pick would help Jalen out immediately. Like, this is what I'm saying. If Will Anderson and obviously if Carter's off the board, I'm taking Bijan. And obviously Bijan's like my favorite player in this draft, but that's just obviously my guy that I want. And if we don't get him, I'm not going to be upset about it. As long as he doesn't go to the Cowboys, I don't care. You know what I mean? Will Baker says, I think the Eagles will continue the trend by taking an offensive weapon with the 3 for their first pick, Devontae Smith, AJ Brown this year, Bijan Robinson. Yeah, it might be. But I feel like offensive line is definitely a huge one too. But we'll see. I know obviously, not a weapon, but I feel like offensive line is definitely a big one on the board too. Ryan says we're giving up our second round pick from and more Mixon. I don't welcome that. No, I'm going in this draft to get a running back, man. I'm not into trying to trade for a running back or anything like that. So that's what I get out of that. Let's go on tour. Let's talk about some rumors. So Fan of the Abbott says, would Carter be worth moving up for? It depends. It depends how much. It really depends on how much talks they've had with him, really, what they think about him. Like, I don't know. In my opinion, like gut feeling, I feel like when he comes to Philadelphia, if he gets drafted here, I feel like he has a really good support system. There's no doubt in my mind right now that the Eagles didn't get any feedback from the Kobe Dean and Jordan Davis. Okay. They got some feedback. Okay, not only the pre-draft visit helped, Kobe Dean and Jordan Davis were probably there, but there's no doubt that Howie talked to 2 of his teammates that are on the Eagles right now, just to get some background and obviously the Eagles have to look into the situation day by day and make sure that nothing's going to get worse here, because it'd be worse if they drafted him. And I don't think he's in any type of trouble. He's not going to, there's nothing crazy. I mean, obviously what happened was horrible, but Angelo DeLuca says we definitely need a wide receiver like Dell, Flowers, or Mims. I would take any of the 3 of them for a wide receiver 3 spot. It would be epic. Yeah, I mean, they might have interest. I feel like they need to bring in some competition for Quez. I think the Eagles will give Quez another shot. I think this will be the last year they give him a shot, but I still think they should bring in another guy to compete and see who wins the job. I still think they should. I don't think they trade Quez or anything like that. DeAndre Swift was definitely one that I thought they would have signed earlier. If there was, obviously it would have to. I think it would have to be a trade. But they would probably want a lot too much for him. No, he got hurt. He got hurt last year. He missed a few games last year. So. CC said Tank Bigsby would be a steal in the late round too that no one is talking about. Oh yeah, Tank Bigsby is his name alone. That's what he does, man. He welcomes contact, but he's real shifty. Like I said, I think he plays real big, man. Tank is a tank, man. If you want to take him with that 3rd round pick, I wouldn't mind it. I honestly wouldn't mind it at all. John says you're not getting Carter unless you come to Detroit to get him. And look, if they don't draft Carter, they're just going to draft Bijan Robinson. Like, there's no lose-lose situation here. The Eagles win. They get Bijan. They get Kalijah Cansey, Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith, I really do like a lot. Nolan Smith is one I think is very realistic. I wouldn't be surprised, really. Justin Williams says Morrow, Dean, and Edmonds could turn into White, CJ Edwards. No one thought those guys would turn into what they did with the Eagles. They all were put in position to make plays because of the offense. Yeah, dude. Like I'm not, I didn't make a big deal. Even losing Hargrave was probably the biggest hit we took, but like it's only one guy, and I feel like they can get a better guy in the building. You weren't paying him $21 million a year at 30 years old. It just wasn't going to happen. If they paid Hargrave that money, I probably would have been really pissed off. I wouldn't have been happy. I was expecting him to walk. I think they have upgrades over TJ Edwards and Kaiser White. I feel like Nakobe. I think they obviously got 2 guys that can cover really well. Nicholas Morrow is going to be a good player here. I don't know why everyone was like beating him down. But Nicholas Morrow, like, he was a safety turn linebacker, literally. More of a coverage guy, could shoot the gap really well, is a tackling machine. I mean, obviously a really bad defensive line for the Bears last year. He had over 116 tackles, which is a lot. But I think you're getting a lot of value out of being more balanced, and he has coverage, which is good too. So I feel good about the linebacker spot a lot. Obviously, Nakobe Dean, I can't say much, but he's got to prove himself, man. Like, hopefully he absorbed as much as he possibly could with Nick Rouse as the linebacker coach last year, playing special teams, and obviously getting into some of these games last year. He flashed a lot, man. I think Nakobe Dean's going to play with a chip on his shoulder this year. Drafted in the third round, and all the rumors about a really bad shoulder, and all the I don't know if it was false information, but Dean said there was nothing wrong with him, and all these false rumors were being spread about him. And I understand that maybe he's undersized as a linebacker, and people are going to think he's not going to be able to. This guy's a thumper, man. Could be a Philadelphia Eagle for years to come, man. Eric said, I could see how we drafting all Georgia guys with Carter at 10, Ringo at 30, and maybe the tight end they have as well. That would be good for team chemistry. Yeah, definitely. It definitely helps when you draft guys from the same team. I mean, I just feel like every time we're in a certain position, I feel like Georgia's like that team we really want to draft guys from. Good leadership guys there, Obviously, Carter's going through some stuff right now, but Eric says Howie should do whatever it takes to draft Carter and Bijan. If they drafted Carter and Bijan, man, it'd be great. Will says, yeah, Quez probably isn't getting re-signed to his replacement. Being over here a year earlier isn't a bad idea. You see Joe Castro's tweet. Which tweet? Joe Castro hitting 5K. That one? I retweeted that. I retweeted that tweet. Joe Castro doing a good job, man. Doing a really good job. So Joe Castro, here's a tweet. So Joe says, I'm hearing the Eagles are seriously open to taking Bijan at 10. Other names I was told are hot were Lucas Van Ness, Paris Johnson, Peter Skoronski, and Jalen Carter. I could believe it, man. I could honestly believe it. That's good, man. Joe, I really, there was a lot of people that messaged me about Joe being on the Philly Shakedown, and people really liked him coming on, and he's family to us. So I like getting an input from a guy that watches, that was at the combine personally, and now is going to the draft. So, why are people getting blocked? What's going on? Is somebody blocking? Are people getting blocked right now? What's going on? Who's Hellrail? Who is that? I don't know what that was. I'm confused. Well, if you find Hellrail, get him out, because I don't know why I don't know why he's blocking people. I don't know who that is. I've never even heard that name before. Which is really weird. Let's see here. We got Willie Vassar. What's going on, dude? Sorry, I had to look at that because somebody is blocking people. I don't even know who that is. Who is that? Yeah, so that's good, man. Joe started getting some inside scoop. So inside scoop is Eagles seriously open to taking Bijan at 10. Other names I was told: Lucas Van Ness, Paris Johnson, Peter Skoronski, and Jalen Carter. I think Peter Skoronski will be there. Lucas Van Ness will definitely be there. Paris Johnson will definitely be there. Bijan, should be there. Yeah, bro, you gotta be careful. Hellrell, just be careful with that, dude. I gotta unblock those guys now. Try not to do that again, because people getting blocked. I gotta see if I can unblock these guys now, because that's not good. I can't let these guys be blocked. Let's see here. Eric says, have you and Philly 500 ever hung out in person before? You guys seem like best friends. Oh, we are best friends. we literally just we've never met in person, but we've known each other since I've known him since 2016, for a long time. We don't just talk football; we talk other things. We text every day. Yo, Sal, what's going on, dude? You didn't have to do that, man. You have to do that. It's hard. That's hard-earned money that you don't need to, put in this chat. But I appreciate it so much, dude. You didn't have to do that, Sal. Could have said something, Sal. You'd be quiet, Sal, unless you're working, you're busy. Appreciate it so much, dude. Thank you so much, man. You have to do that. It's very, very nice of you. Very nice of you. She says, "Hey, hell yeah, Sal." Eagles fan for life says, "What up, Joey? How you doing?" I'm good. Eagles fan for life. How you doing, bro? Hellrel says, "My apologies, bro. No, you're good. You didn't have to super chat, bro. It's all good. Like it just happens, man. But the people think like I'm allowing people to block people. It's not you. It's just I want to make sure, like I'm just making sure that people think that I'm not trying to get them blocked. So I have to go back. I have to go on my list and try to unblock people if I can, because I don't want these people to get blocked. So you're good, bro. You're fine. You know what I mean? It happens. I've done it. It's very easy to block somebody by mistake. With the live chats going and you click something in your phone on the chat and you press something, it's very easily you could do that. So I get it, man. Trust me. So we got 166 people in the chat right now. If you guys haven't subscribe to the channel, like the stream. If you guys haven't, we'll have more videos, more membership videos out as well. We're just going over random news and stuff. We're just hanging out. That's all we're doing. We're just chilling out. So if you guys haven't, like I said, look the pin comment, join the Shake Squad Army as well. We'll be doing more draft videos and stuff like that. Definitely check all that stuff out too. So I appreciate it very much. Very much. Sport's been unreal. I appreciate the super chat from Sal. Appreciate the super chat. From Hellrel, very much, man. I appreciate it so much, dude. Didn't have to do that, but I appreciate it. Golly says, Big Joey Shakes, how do you ever sleep, bro? You're like an Eagles news vampire. I've been up since 10 o'clock yesterday morning. I've been up since I didn't sleep at all last night. I've been up since 10 o'clock in the morning, 10, 11 o'clock yesterday morning. I haven't went to sleep at all since yesterday. So I've been literally up this whole entire time. So it says, Joey, what wide receiver the Eagles are looking at? There was one receiver today. Let me see. One receiver today. Apparently, they went Braxton Westfield from Carson Newman University, 6'2", 205, 4.45 40-yard dash, 37-inch vertical, 10.8 broad jump. Really good. Really good. Metrics are great. Analytically looks awesome. Other than that, I haven't heard any other names. I know we've been saying Flowers, been saying a couple other names, but realistically, I only know one guy they've really talked about, and that that was pretty much it. So that's what I think of it. We got a super chat from Sal. Sal, what's going on, dude? I try to listen to you on the daily while hauling ass. The most I could do is support while I'm listening. Now you're good, man. I appreciate it so much. I get it, bro. You didn't have to send another one. I get it, dude. Everybody busy, bro. I know a couple guys that do this. If you're doing the long distance trucking, I know a couple guys that do that for a living, and it's I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know how you guys do it. I really don't. It's tough. It's a tough one to do, but appreciate it so much, man. Let's see here. Appreciate super chat, Sal. All the super chats from everybody. Past couple minutes. Appreciate it so much, man. Very much. Kia12345 says, me too. I've been up all night. I need to go to sleep. Yeah, I haven't slept since like 11, 12 o'clock yesterday. I've been up since yesterday. I haven't even went to bed yet. I was waking up early, and then I kind of had to change things I was doing. So this is Dan. I'm gonna watch some highlights. The Jays, what's going on, dude? Medic Mike says, not sure if it's been mentioned already. Jarvis Landry and Philly possible signing. What? I'm not really a big fan of Jarvis Landry. I'm just not. Maybe as a number 3. I don't know. If that's even true, I don't know. Is there news on actual Jarvis Landry? I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, I guess he's an upgrade. I guess it's competition at the end of the day, but I don't know. Ed Kratz says, Eagles bargain basement shopping has arrived in free agency. Are the Eagles willing to shop there? If so, here are 3 names. Yeah, I mean, that's not legit news that they have interest. It's just possible names they could get from. This is from Sports Illustrated. Jarvis Landry is one. Dalton Risner is another one. Rock Ya-Sin at cornerback is another name out there for the Eagles for depth if they want to grab him. There's some guys still out there. But yeah, it's definitely more names you could throw out there if the Eagles had a lot of interest. You know what I mean? Like we'll see. We'll see what happens. Eagles fan for life said, I've been looking at a lot of the mock drafts this morning. It looks like Seattle will take Carter. Yeah, it could be. The reason why I didn't have Carter going to Seattle was only because they signed a defensive tackle from Denver to a lot of money. So I figured they wouldn't hit on that position again. So, that's the only reason why I kind of changed it a little bit. So we'll see. Eric says, you're the best in Eagles news, Joey. I hope your podcast keeps getting bigger. Hey, I appreciate it so much, man. And appreciate the support. The Philly Shakedown is getting bigger every single year. You know what I mean? It's our second year doing it. And we appreciate all the love, man. All the love. We got some big news coming. We got some new merch coming in. The Teespring merch, ignore it. We have a lot of new stuff. This whole entire setup's getting ripped out. Like before the season starts, like this, I'm gonna have a brand new setup. I'm building like a $9,000 computer right now. Like no joke. It's already done pretty much. I just gotta have somebody build it for me. New and a lot of other new stuff. So Easy Money says Howie's about to light up this draft. Easy Money's back. He's back. We got the Matt Corral jerseys. If you guys haven't pre-ordered, sorry. Jesus. Sorry. If you guys haven't pre-ordered, yes. If you guys haven't pre-ordered the Draft 5 Philly Shakedown merch, we've sold a lot of hats, guys. They are rolling out like fire. If you guys haven't pre-order the hats, man. Pre-order those hats. Let's see if that link actually works. It should work. If you guys haven't checked it out, definitely check out those hats. It's support obviously. of the shakedown stuff. I don't think that link actually works. I have to get a new link. I'll put one down in a couple minutes. Our official on the tracks is Joey. What's up, brother? Good morning to all. Smoke weed every day. Yeah, bro. I mean, I don't do that, but yes, it is another morning, another day closer to the draft. He was life. Jarvis was a route god in prime, never a burner. Now he's old, lost a step, and that is bad news for route. I'm not, like I said, I'm not into Jarvis Landry at all. I'm not. The J says, I feel like nobody actually knows what we actually doing in the draft. No, I mean, we never know. You know what I mean? Murr says, what's up, Eagles Nation? What's going on, Murr? We got Willie Vasser says, Joey, as Cowboys fans, what do you think we've done this offseason? Oh, how do you think the Cowboys? They made some good moves. They were actually aggressive for an offseason. Getting Gilmore was big. And I mean, Gilmore's a good player. I think they got their number one guy this year. It's a rental for the year. I think Brandon Cooks is a good signing. I think he's still a very underrated player that will help Dak. Dak, I think a lot of pressure's on Dak this year. I feel like there's really no excuse now. Mike McCarthy's got the play calling now, and they're probably going to run the ball probably a whole lot more. And I think going back to Dak and really using him as a runner, I think they've missed opportunities on that. I think they win. I think they play a lot better that way. Wilson, that safety, that extension was a really good one. So the defense for Dallas looks pretty good. Offensively, you got pieces there. The problem is, like, can Dak get the team to the next level? You know what I mean? Could they make it to the promised land? And I think that's where it goes. You know what I mean? So it's really going to be it's really going to be on Dak and really up to Mike McCarthy to really get it done. I think the Cowboys did a good job, and they still have a draft to go, and they still have a draft ahead of them. So realistically, yeah, I think they did pretty good. But it really it's the pressure's on the offense this year. It really is on the offense. Like, you might have Dan Quinn for one more year, and like he could be going somewhere else. So who knows? What's going to happen after this year. So got to take advantage of the situation. So Keenan says the Titans going to trade the running back to the Cardinals and draft picks to get a quarterback. Easy Money says, Joey Shakes, I talked to Howie this morning. He loves Derek Hall. Bro. Desert, what is going on right now? I'm trying to, like, make sure no one's getting blocked here. Stony Hawks, if Howie doesn't get Carter at 10, I think he moves back a couple spots. I think so too. I think it'll be offensive line. I think it'll be Nolan Smith, Kalijah Cansey. I think it's pretty realistic. Eagles fan for life says, I see a lot of mocks saying number 5 will go to late in the first round by the Cowgirls. Yeah, I've seen. Mock drafts are just fun and entertaining, but I don't believe any of them until I believe the reporters more than these mocks that they do. I'm just, you know what I mean? It's all for fun. You know what I mean? Lowen says, hey, Joey Flacco's 5. Do you think Bijan land at 10 for the Eagles? If Will Anderson and Carter aren't there, I feel like it's a realistic spot. Sure. Eagles fan for life says, I can't tell what the Eagles will take. It's crazy. I've seen so many mocks and about all of them having someone different. That's how it is. The Birds 4 Hearts said, I hope we don't draft Jalen Carter. Tremendous talent, no work ethic. We'll see, dude. Everybody has their opinion, and, like, you know what I mean? Everyone has their opinion, so. Yo, Rock, what's going on, dude? Happy birthday to Rock the Artist. Everybody say happy birthday to Rock the Artist. Always shows up to the streams, always a big supporter of the Philly Shakedown and this channel as well. So, dude, happy birthday. I hope you enjoy your day today. Don't stay on this live chat all day. Go celebrate your birthday, bro. Go do your thing today. Definitely, man. Murr said, I hear DeAndre Hopkins will be released. Wonder how much Eagles willing to pay him, if any. No. They really don't even need him. I mean, if they can get him for cheap, like, great, but, like, I don't even care for it too much. I mean, we have firepower right now, and I don't know. I don't think they go after anything like that. You know what I mean? K. McDonald said the Eagles going to draft the most hype players in Carter or Bijan. They could not draft absolutely any other player. I feel like it's Carter and Bijan too, man. I think it's Carter and Bijan too. Tori says, I love Bijan fell and we jumped the Cowboys to get him. George, what's going on, George? What's going on? Yeah, everybody wish him a happy birthday, man. You too, bro. All the time, bro. Eagles talk from Delco. What's going on, man? He says, I think the first shock of the draft is Bijan to the Falcons. Interesting. Who do they have at running back? I don't even know, to be honest. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, man, I'll be upset. I'm going to be upset if Bijan's not drafted by us, but I think we're still going to have a killer draft anyway. So everyone has their guy. You know what I mean? Everybody's got their dude. Ron said, I'm just curious why you don't like Landry. Is his attitude problem you have? I feel like he's humbled a bit, but that's just me. I don't know. As a vet, I feel like he could help Quez, even though his hands are. I just don't feel like he has the speed anymore. I just don't. I'm not saying he's washed, but I just don't feel like he's not ascending in his career at a late age. I feel like he's just. I don't know. I feel like he's just trying to make a paycheck and just try to live out the rest of his career. I mean, I just don't think much about Jarvis Landry. I mean, I'll probably add some of these free agents in the video and just talk about it lightly in case people want to wonder if the Eagles would get Jarvis Landry, if it's realistic. Do I think he's better than Quez? I guess with his hands, maybe. But I mean, at this point, I don't know. I don't hate him. I just never been a big fan of him, really. Oh, Patterson for in Atlanta. Yeah, but they need to draft another guy. They need to draft another dude. Anyway. Yo, Murr, what's going on, man? Thank you for the super chat, bro. Didn't say anything, but appreciate the super chat very much, man. Thank you so much. I need to find this link. Hold on. I need to be a douche. Yeah, why does that? Oh, there it is. Oh. Ooh. Well, we got some new photos up for the new draft hats. I didn't even see this. But hold on one second. Let me put this in here. Okay. I'm just making sure this is the right thing. Okay. So here's the link for if you guys want, like I said, like I don't force anybody to buy anything or do anything, but we're gonna be rock. So me and Philly are gonna get these draft hats probably by the end of this week. And we're gonna rock them on stream and we're gonna show you what they actually look like. We're gonna rock the embroidered ones. And yeah, it should be fun. It should be a lot of fun. Definitely check it out if you got the digital print house. Really good stuff over there. Does a really good job. So really good guy. Tommy said, what up, Joey? Eagles definitely need to pick 10 to get day one starter, nothing else. If they want to use pick 30 and offensive line, that's okay. No, I mean, to be honest with you, dude, like if they drafted an offensive lineman at 10, I couldn't be mad at it. Is it the sexy pick that we're looking for? Definitely not. But you know what I mean? Like it's very valuable. You have no depth right now. Andre Dillard's gone. Jack Driscoll's like the only depth piece you really have on that offensive line. Because really after this year, your offensive line is going to change dramatically. Because if Kelsey retires, Juergens moves to center, guards totally empty spot. You're going to need a big hole at guard that you got to fill right now. And then once actually, once you get, well, Lane Johnson's going to play for another 2 years. You're going to need, and he's got to stay healthy. That's another problem. Between a couple of these ankle injuries, the torn abductor, I mean, he played well on the injury, but he's got to stay healthy. He's getting older. He's getting up there now, and he's playing at a high level, you know what I mean? So, hasn't given up a sack in 2 years. I mean, it's just amazing. So Lane is just like someone I'd never complain about. Now, the only time we really talk about him is when he's injured. I mean, that's really it. So you got to draft somebody. They're going to have to. You got to get, I don't care if it's Osiris Torrance, like go get him with that second first round pick if that's what you want to do. You know what I mean? You're going to need somebody. They're going to have to draft somebody early, even if they'll get some playing time this year. Not much, but they'll get some playing time. You're not really redshirting him, but, they'll work them in, as an extra lineman in red zone or, whatever, you know what I mean? Mercer, not sure how super chats work. I just found your channel a few weeks back. Been watching daily since. Keep up the great work. I appreciate it, Mercer, so much, man. So how super chats work? Nothing. Like you just click the money sign, you send a super chat just for support. That's all it is. It's nothing, you know what I mean? It's just an extra thing that YouTube has, Kate says, we do know we have studied 10 players, not just Carter and Bijan. Yes, I know there's other players in the draft. I get it, but there's nothing wrong with having a favorite player in this draft. But when you're at 10th overall, you got to look at guys like Jalen Carter because they're the top talents. That's why we harp on Jalen Carter. That name pops up a million times. Will Anderson, Jalen Carter. You're not drafting Witherspoon. You're not drafting Gonzalez. You're not going after a linebacker. You're not drafting Brian Branch up there. It's not happening. You know what I mean? It's not because of the past. It's just that I look at free agency. They hit on safety 2 times. It doesn't mean they won't draft one later, but as a first round pick, I don't think they draft a safety that early right now because they've already had Terrell. They already signed Terrell Edmonds, and they signed Justin Evans as a veteran depth piece at safety that, could play nickel and play safety. But, I like the competition there. I like how they added some competition to that safety room with 2 guys, which is good. You know what I mean? Eagles fan for life says pick 10 scared to go for a running back when there are some good pass rushers and cornerbacks left on the board. That will be great at the next level. Totally agree. Fan of the Batman says they have good luck drafting online later. Hate to see them at 10. Yeah, I know. Do I really want an offensive lineman drafted at 10? Not really. I'm not really a huge fan of it, but I wouldn't mind it. I don't if they did it. How can I complain about it? You know what I mean? Paris Johnson's a big one too because I feel like Paris Johnson could play left and right side, so he could probably play guard and tackle. You know what I mean? He could be a fill-in for whatever. He can compete with Juergens this year for you know what I mean? If they I think you have to do that. I think they have to draft a guy to at least compete with Juergens this year for that right guard spot. And then if you draft Paris Johnson, he could take over for Lane or take over. You know what I mean? So I think you can get your future right tackle if you get Paris Johnson. Osiris Torrance, you could definitely get him. DeJuan Jones, another one that you could kind of work with a little bit. There's plenty of guys out there, man. Plenty of guys out there. And Jeff Stalin is a guru at it. Whatever Jeff Stalin wants to do, I have 100% trust in who they pick for the offensive line. There's no doubt about it, man. No doubt. Stoney says, I've studied every player in the top three rounds, just me. No, you're good, man. You're good. Nah, nobody's Howie. Tom Stalin can turn a 6th-round prospect into a star. No need to draft the top offensive line, at least this year. Next year, all about the Yeah, but dude, they can't wait a year for offensive line. They really can't wait. They can, but they got to be ahead of the game this year. God forbid somebody gets hurt. They don't draft an offensive lineman that's capable to start. We're screwed. We're going to have a weak link in that offensive line. They have to draft one guy this year. They have to draft a potential starter this year that could get playing time if somebody gets hurt. They're going to have to do it. They can't wait till next year, next offseason to draft somebody. This is a year, especially your offense. This is a year where you're trying to compete for another championship. You're trying to at least get to the Super Bowl again this year with a really weak NFC. I think the NFC East will be a very strong division yet again. And really the only other team I kind of worry about, not really worry about, the other team that's really at a strong suit is the 49ers. Really, they got, they added a lot more pieces to that defense, and they're trying to figure out this quarterback position when Purdy comes back and what's going on with all that. So we'll see. Gustavo says there's reports that Jalen Hurts might get a Mahomes type contract. Yeah, that would be great. I mean, I didn't hear anything. Maybe you see something recently, but that would be awesome. Like they could make it like a longer deal, like 8 to 10 years, spread out that cap where it won't affect. You know what I mean? And I don't think there's been a roadblock with this contract extension at all. I think it's been perfectly fine. I think both sides have been doing their due diligence and trying to get this thing done, and I think it's going to get done. I think it will be done. It could be done before the draft. Could be done. So, yeah. We'll see. Torville says Paris Johnson or Skoronski can be justified at 10. Yeah. Calgary says, I'll be okay with Peter Skoronski at 10, especially it's a Stalin pick. If it's a Stalin pick, I got no problem with it. CDR says, my daughter asked me to buy her the Patrick Mahomes skin on Fortnite. I'm confiscating her PS5 until we win the Super Bowl 24. Yeah, I think I have an Eagle skin on PC. I don't have an Eagle skin on the PS5. I don't think so. Robert Alexander, what's going on, man? I said D-line safety is needed in the first two picks. Safety is a need for the future on one of the most premium positions on defense, especially if the D-line is weaker this season. Yeah, I totally agree. But I think it's really up to the defensive coordinator too this year. Sean Desai, obviously, only been a defensive coordinator for 1 year. You know what I mean? I think he's did a pretty good job. Top 10 against the pass. Top 5 in sacks, bottom 10 against the run, which was pretty bad, but I feel like he'll have a better roster. He didn't really have a great roster either. He didn't have a roster like the Eagles did last year. There's no doubt about that. His blitz rate is 22.6. He's going to be more aggressive. It's a Gannon type system. They might do a little bit more of a, they might have a more of a 3-4 base. They might do a little bit more in coverage with linebackers and putting guys on coverage. That's why Nakobe Dean and Nicholas Morrow and some of those other guys, we'll see what happens, man. Safety would be, I'd be shocked if they drafted one in the first round, but I wouldn't mind it. Like I said, this draft is a win-win for the Eagles regardless, man. I don't know why people are afraid. I see a lot of fans that don't pick a guy that they really want, or are afraid to say who they really want because they're gonna get killed for it or something. I don't know. At least with me, I'm not staying neutral. I pick a guy that I really want, and it's Bijan Robinson. If it's not, then who cares? I like a lot of guys in this draft, but I have my favorite guy, and it's just him. That's all it is. You know what I mean? Eagles Fan for Life says, we see how bad it got. We have no depth at off. Yeah, you got to we have nothing right now. Driscoll is just not good enough. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if when he first got here, he played left side. I think he played when he first came out of Auburn, he played left tackle, left guard, I think left guard and right guard. No, left tackle, left guard, I think right tackle. And for some reason, he played right tackle when he first got here, and he played really well. Then, Lane Johnson got hurt. He played for a few games, and I figured, oh, yeah, let him just work with the offense. He'll be fine. And he really struggled, man. He might be more of a right guard than a right tackle, but he could play right tackle. But, the guys, they're going to be bringing pass rushers on that side. The Cowboys, in that second game, it kind of killed us. You miss a heartbeat with Lane. You got to take care of this year because otherwise you got no depth. An offensive lineman is going to be drafted between those first 3 picks. It's going to happen. There's no doubt about it. Someone will be there for the Eagles. Charlie says, drafting O-line ain't sexy. Dickerson wasn't a pick we all wanted, but look how Dickerson was coming off of an ACL. Me and Philly 500 were really pissed. We're like, dude, why are they drafting a guy coming off of an ACL? But the ceiling was so high on him. He was supposed to be a late first-round pick. Dickerson. He was supposed to be our future center, and look what happened. You know what I mean? He played on the right side. Once Brandon Brooks got hurt in that 49ers opener, I was at that game, and then they put Dickerson to the right side. He played horrible. Then they moved him to left side, and he's just been phenomenal. So hopefully Juergens, if he starts at right guard, he doesn't play too good, because we're going to need another center again, So prioritizing, dude. So it says, I trust Stout to coach up anyone. Draft O-line at 30 in second round. It's a waste. At 10, they won't start. Take Bijan. We get 12 picks next year. We can't F this up. It's laid out perfect. No, it is. You got to hit this draft this year. The extension for Jalen Hurts, depending on what the contract looks like, and I think it's going to be cap flexible. I think the Eagles, I don't see Jalen Hurts trying to cripple this team like other quarterbacks do. I just don't see it. But I feel like it's going to be cap relief, but it's going to give Jalen Hurts what he wants at the same time. Where it's going to work on both sides, where it's cap flexibility, which is good. So, we'll see. You know what I mean? Tommy said, I'm praying the Bears pick Skoronski so if we are going to draft O-line, I'd rather have Paris Johnson. I like Paris Johnson because he can play on both sides. I think it's like left tackle, right guard, right tackle, whatever it is. So he could play both sides. They said, wait, let me know so I could buy eagle skin for sure. Yeah, I don't even know if it's, I don't know. They should have football. Once the season is close to starting, they'll probably have all the skins out most likely. So, yo, Greenblow, what's going on, dudes? What up, Joey? How's your day going so far? If Carter's there at 10, Howie should grab him. Yeah, I feel like they should. I'm a big fan I'm a big fan of trying to get that guy in the building. I feel like with Nakobe Dean and Davis, he's got a nice little support system, and I think he's going to be a nice counterpiece for Jordan Davis. I really do. Jordan Davis obviously needs a really big year this year. There's no doubt about it. That guy needs to stay healthy. He's got to condition the shit out of himself this year. I don't fucking care if you got to put him on a treadmill and put a piece of bacon on a string in front of him. You gotta run this dude into the damn ground this offseason. I'm not even kidding. Put him on a freaking hamster wheel. I don't give a shit. Get this guy, do something. I don't care what it is. Stoney says, I love seeing O-line manhandle Parsons, T-Law, and the Giants D-line. I could watch them sling them around with a smile on my face for years to come. I'm telling you, dude. The Eagles are building this team so well, and I love it. Obviously, you had some defensive pieces that left. You had like 12 free agents on defense, which is nuts. But I think Howie did a pretty good job so far. We just got to see the rest of this whole entire thing. We'll see. I agree. Says, what's going on, man? So I agree that wouldn't be completely upset with them drafting offensive lineman at 10. In fact, that's what I expect them to do, but the team will continue to lose pieces, especially once Hurts gets signed. Win now. Yeah, no, but I feel like the more you draft well, the less cap space you have to use in free agency, the less you'll have. That's what I'm saying. Like, the more you draft well, the more cap space you're going to have. That's just the truth. You know what I mean? You hit on, they could hit on guys, they can hit on 3 picks. They can hit on 4 picks in this draft. Even a third rounder, there's going to be a lot of players. Like, depending on what they do, like this is an exciting draft this year. It's a really exciting draft. We'll just have to see, man. You hit on this draft and you don't even use that extra second round pick. You got 12 draft choices next year. I mean, that's great. On top of a Hurts extension, that's probably good cap relief. So, we'll see. JD the Red says, I like that we brought Ringo for a visit. Oh, yeah, definitely, dude. Definitely. Greenblood said, I just hope whoever they get, they're good enough to be a starter and improve the team. Yeah, that's all that matters, dude. That's all that matters. I understand that drafting offensive lineman in the first round is like, well, what if you draft an offensive lineman? Like, they're not going to start. But the problem is, you kind of got to do it. You kind of got to do from first to second round. You got to draft an offensive lineman because there's no depth. There's no future piece for Lane Johnson, even a future piece at right guard. Kelsey retires after this year. You have a big hole. at right guard because Jurgens moves the center. So you really gotta fill that up. You got to do it. Let's see here. Torville says Eagles would have won the Super Bowl if they had a better offensive line talent. Buddy Ryan era, we won the Super Bowl in 17 largely because of our online depth talent, or I feel that's the right philosophy about online. No, I get it, dude. I get it. There's a little bit more happened in that game than just the defense not showing up, even though I do blame it on the defense a lot. But Mercer, I would trade 30th pick back and pick the Jahmyr Gibbs in the 40s and get some extra draft picks. Yeah, if he's still available, then great. If they can trade back and they think they can get him at that point, then great. I'd move back and get some extra mid-rounders. I have no issue at all. Susan said, we drafted Dickerson in the 2nd, bro, not the 10th. No. Are you talking to me? No, we drafted. Yeah, he was supposed to be a late first round pick. Yo, Twiz, what's going on, dude? Iron, what's going on, man? He says, well, Joey, what's going on, brother? That's what I said. We'll draft a tackle in the first 3 rounds for dude, if they don't, I'll be shocked. Rick 585, let's hit the like and subscribe. Appreciate it so much, man. Thank you so much. If you guys haven't checked the pinned comments, there's a lot of content you guys are missing here. I do a lot of draft. I do a lot of tape on my own time. I don't put tape on YouTube because it just takes too long. The videos would be like probably a half hour or longer. I do highlight reactions on there. If you guys haven't hit the pinned comment above, for the lowest tier, doesn't matter. You'll get all the extra content for $2 for the month. I mean, it's for all the extra content that's there, definitely join the army if you guys have it. We got a lot of stuff going on. We have more coming out every day, so got a lot of stuff going on. Iron says Carter at 10 and Gibbs and tackle in 2nd round. I could see it, bro. I could see it. Are the official on the track? What's going on, man? He says, nah, give me Sikoronski strictly because he is smooth and his conditioning is on Terminator level. He don't get tired. Plug him and let him cook. Let him cook. Let Howie cook, man. Let Howie cook. We got a new member to the Shake Squad. Elite tier. Wow. Appreciate you joining up, man, on the elite tier. Very, very much, Tony. Thank you so much, man. And I think there's only like 2 people on the elite tier. You might be the second person. Might be the second or third person. You actually might be the second person. I think I've had one of my good buddies is on the elite tier. But I appreciate so much, man, for joining the elite tier, man. Thank you so much, dude. Much appreciated. See. Big Track 254 says, give me Bijan. We need to start back for the future unless a plan on getting Blake Corum next year. Yeah, we'll see, man. Like, I feel like they have interest. Joe Castro's got a lot of connections, bro, and he put out a really nice tweet that could go our direction as well. So we'll see. Flying High says, what's the biggest needs on our team? Biggest need right now, like boom, is DT. DT is biggest need. Counterpiece for Jordan Davis is the biggest position right now. So, yes. I think biggest need, well, yeah, I think biggest need, and I think biggest weakness, I mean, special teams. Special teams is horrible. Punter, I mean, returner's not too. I don't really like Boston Scott as a kick returner, and Covey has shown a lot of flash, but Michael Clay is a shitty coach. I'm sorry, but he sucks. He's horrible. Don't know why he got more money, why they liked him. He's part of the Chip Kelly tree, is a part of why I don't like him, and I didn't like the way he played these guys last year. So, GG, what's going on, dude? Yeah, what's going on, man? It's disrespectful that you're late. No, you're fine. You're good. Everybody's got a life. Just because I put up a stream, it doesn't mean that everybody has to show up. I appreciate it, but it's a weekday. It's a work day. You know what I mean? I get it. You know what I'm saying? Philly for the Raptors says, I keep hearing people say that the fifth-year option is too expensive for a running back. Doesn't make any sense. We just let Miles Sanders walk for 4 years. The Eagles won't keep a running back for 6 to 10 years. They might not. Who knows? But you never know down the line what could happen in 4 years. You know, they might change it up and be like, yep, we want Hurts and Bijan Robinson to stay together for years to come. So you never know, man. Things could change down the road. It doesn't mean that, because this is what I can't stand. The thing that I can't stand from Eagle fans is that, well, the Eagles don't do this in the first round. The Eagles haven't drafted the back since the 80s. The Eagles haven't drafted the same. You know what I mean? Like, I can't stand it. We haven't drafted the corner since the early 2000s, but everybody wanted Witherspoon and fucking Christian Gonzalez. You know what I mean? Like, it's pick and choose, bro. It's narrative. It's just, that's like, and I got nothing against it. Like, I got nothing against people wanting who they want. At least tell me who you want, and I won't criticize it. I won't criticize it. Simple as that. I give my opinion, and that's it. Like, that's all it is, man. If you guys think like Jalen Carter is going to be a bust, I respect that. Do I agree? No, but I respect it. You know, if we all agreed on the same things all the time, it would get boring. Like, we all have different opinions. It makes it more interesting when we have different opinions. That's having an opinion is great. Joey says, Joey, how's it going? I'm good. I see how he drafted offensive line. I could see that too, man. I could see it too, bro. So actually, Jalen Carter or Bijan should be the picks at 10. I agree. I totally agree. Gigi says we definitely need special teams help. Yeah, special teams is horrible. It's bad. It can lose us games. It obviously helped Kansas City getting another touchdown easily, already with on a punt return getting it, easily. I can't even cover that, which is horrible. But they gotta do better. Yo, Savvy B, what's going on, dude? Welcome to the stream, dude. Hope you're having a good day. So Ira says Bijan is a special player. Jalen Carter looks like he could be a true game wrecker, especially on the Eagles line. And Sweat and Reddick, yeah, I think he'd be a nice counterpiece for Jordan Davis. I think getting Nakobe Dean, having Nakobe Dean, having Jordan Davis here, and then getting Jalen Carter to join him. Why not? You know what I mean? Why not? Ryan says getting depth guys usually creates opportunities for special. Oh yeah, that's 100%. Yeah, usually a lot of these depth guys are playing full-time special teams. Totally agree. We got Brett. It says, "Hey Joey, would you trade back at 23 with the Vikings for their 2023 third round, 87th overall, and a first round pick next year? We would still be ahead of the Cowboys with Bijan still in play." 23. Trade back to 23 to get an extra third rounder this year and a first round next year. That would be. It could be. Yeah, you could. I mean, it would be really tough for me not to get it. I would maybe not an extra third. If they gave us an extra second, I probably would take it. An extra third probably won't be enough, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I like it, but it's tough for me. It's tough for me to move back that far because we need blue chip players right now. Moving back 4 to 5 spots for a player, like if they passed on Carter, Will Anderson, and Bijan, and wanted to go after like Nolan Smith or Kalijah Cansey to move back a few spots or an offensive lineman, I'm perfectly fine with it for an extra mid-round pick. But I can't move that far back just get a first-round pick next year. Yeah, it's tempting, but yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that. It's too far it's too far. It's way too far. Most says, would you be cool if trading back 17, getting Nolan Smith and another second and grab Gibbs and online in the second? That's okay. Like, that's not bad. That's not the worst. But if they really want Nolan Smith, that's what I'm saying. If they want Nolan Smith and they think they can get him in the mid-teens, I think he's going to be. I think obviously, you have to move. I think he will get drafted into the mid-teens. I think they would have to move back a couple of spots. Obviously, they don't have to take him at 10. They can move back a couple of spots if they want. But I think it's good. I think that's a good spot to be in. Big Track says, I feel like Howie's surprising us. I feel the same way, man. I feel the same way. Files 5 says Bijan would be a great pickup for the extra first round pick. He is one of the best running backs I've ever seen. His vision is open holes and getting the second level is awesome behind our all line, unstoppable. Yeah, dude, like the craftiness that he has in his running ability, and he's patient, which I like. Reminds me of Le'Veon Bell in a lot of ways too. I think he's very patient. And people are like, he's slow. I'm like, dude, he's not slow. He chooses to be patient when he gets up to the second, that second shift. You know what I mean? So I think he'll like there are times where he runs with the ball in his hand, and like it's crazy. Like his vision is so elite. It's just he sees things before they happen. And a guy will step in front, a defender steps in front of him, spin, jump cut. I mean, it's just another guy, like another move. Like he finds every little bit of open space, and then when he sees that lane, he flies. And that's what I like about him. And he's tough and he's smart. I think his catching ability is great. If you throw to him on stride, I think he's going to be a fantastic player. So, Flying High says Bijan better than Saquon. He might be, but here's the difference. The difference is, yes, Saquon was a great player. I still think he is. He had a good rookie year. And obviously, like last year, it was a pretty good year for him. But he was, when you draft a running back, the difference is when you draft a running back in the top 10, it's usually to a really bad fucking team. That's where I take out of it. Like the Eagles are the best team in the top 10 right now and could take advantage of this situation. Like Bijan's like, man, like these other teams like are rebuilding or they're still trying to figure shit out. The Eagles were just in the Super Bowl. The Eagles only have a top 10 pick because they made a really good trade and fleeced the Saints. And this would be the perfect spot for him to have early success. Yeah. I don't think Howie's really in on Rashad Penny that much. Like Penny's like great, but I think Penny's really good when healthy, and he's in top of a lot of stats. His yak yards are amazing. Like I feel like he's a bulldozer. The problem I have is that I don't think you could say, well, Gainwell, you're back to the same position at running back again next year. After this year, Rashad Penny's playing for himself on a contract. He's got obviously he can make some extra money this year if he plays well and stays healthy can he stay healthy for 17 games? That's the question. And I don't really take much out of Boston Scott because he's going to play special teams. He'll be in the run attack, maybe, like in some games, but I wouldn't say he's any high usage type player. He comes back for $1 million to $2 million every single year because I don't think he wants to play anywhere else. I don't think he really cares. You know what I mean? Bijan hasn't played a snap yet. Relax. Well, dude, that's what the draft is, bro. Like you're paying a guy on, you're paying a guy for potential. Like you're drafting him high because of potential. You know what I mean? That's the gamble you're taking. Like that's the draft. Like unfortunately, I could say it for any player, really. It depends on what team they go to. It depends on the coach. It depends on usage. It depends on a lot of things. Just drafting them doesn't mean anything. Like it depends on how they use the guy. That's the whole next step to the whole thing, Sony Hawk says his vision is what stands out to me. No, I totally agree, man. I totally agree. I think that's definitely the difference, bro. Flipper Rap says, hopefully one of the top 4 quarterbacks falls to 10 so Howie could charge another team the Kings ransom to trade up. Yeah, right? That'd be great. That'd be amazing. Slasher says, are we allowed to talk about prospects here? Because I think Nolan Smith is a bust. He's been injured his whole college career. He's small, doesn't get many pass rush moves in the arsenal. I think, the statistics don't show out for Nolan Smith, but what I like about him, especially how Georgia used him when they kind of lined him up out wide and then kind of having that hone in on that one-on-one with the tackle and making it a really big nightmare for tackles with him because he has that 4.3 speed, which really helps him. I think technique really, really thrives with him, and I think that's what's going to take him to the next level in the NFL. I think with that technique that he has one of the best hands at his position. I feel like it's crazy because even if he's lined up a little bit outside, he can he could pick his poison, really. He can go inside, go outside, but he's got that first quick step of explosiveness, which I really do like. And I feel like over time he will get better. But I obviously I want to draft a guy that's going to be amazing right now. I think Nolan Smith could do it. I really do. I feel like he will be a really good player. People might not agree with it. So I get it. I get it though, you know. GJ, what's going on, man? He says, what up, Joey? Has there been any news on free agency and top draft prospects that are on the Eagles' radar? Apparently, the top prospects on the Eagles' radar right now is Lucas Van Ness, Paris Johnson, Bijan Robinson. Apparently, they love Bijan Robinson a lot. And a couple other guys. I forgot who else. I think Nolan Smith is one. But those are really your top guys. I don't know, but we'll see. It's still very early right now. So, T-Puff says, I want Carter personally as a safer pick for long term. He is a monster, will undoubtedly replace Hargrave. Only problem I have with Bijan is Trent Richardson disease. Top recruit, shit the bed. I get it. And obviously people are going to say, well, what team really has a premier back right now? Obviously, if you draft Bijan this year, he will be sharing the field. I think if they draft Bijan, I think Boston Scott will strictly be kick returns. I think that's it. They did that last year with Scott. Scott, like, there was a lot of games where Scott didn't even play as a running back until like mid to end of the year. They were throwing him in there. And I think they'll get his touches. And then obviously come next season it'll be Gainwell and obviously having Bijan in the building. So we'll see, man. Like, I think it's different just because they will have an opportunity now to where a running back actually goes to a team with an offensive line. The way why get a lesser talent at that position that fits well? Like, that's I kind of want to go all out, man, and draft the best guy there, and score more points. And I think the tandem between Hurts and Bijan is going to be insane, on top of the offense running through A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert. So, we'll see, man. But Brent said, if I told you we were drafting a running back that has literally the exact same round score of LaDainian Thompson, have similarities, does picking Bijan become a no-brainer at 10, even with Carter there? I don't know, man, because they value the trenches a lot more. I think it would be a harder decision. I don't know. The rumors are the Eagles have the rumors are right now that the Eagles really, really, really like Bijan Robinson. Obviously, if the Eagles only had the 10th overall pick and they had one pick in the first round, then I would say no, you don't go after him because you need something more important. You know what I mean? But I think getting a running back like him is important because Gainwell's contract, he's got 2 more years left. He's got 2 more years left on his deal. I mean, his contract is dwindling down, and Rashad Penny is playing for himself to get a contract with another team, and Scott is a special teamer / I'm going to get a few snaps a game with this offense, and that's really it. You know what I mean? Would you rather have Jalen Carter or Nolan Smith? Oh, Jalen Carter, 100%. That's a no-brainer. That's definitely a no-brainer. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me. There are safer picks than Nolan Smith. He got good upside, but a lot of negatives that don't feel safe with Howie picking him at 10. No, I wouldn't pick. No, that's the thing. I wouldn't draft him at 10. I would move back like 4 spots. I would definitely try to garner another mid-round pick and draft him if that's the case. Like, that's what I would do. Yeah, I think Carter has a lot of upside, man. I think he has major upside. So says, yeah, I agree with the 100%. His injuries and the size of the NFL level just really worries me. I get it, dude. I get it. Savvy says Nolan Smith is a pass rush rotation, limited contact practices like Philly could mitigate the injury issues, but I wouldn't take him unless he fell to the late first. Yeah, we'll see. Be interesting to see where he goes. He can go between 14 to 18. I could see him going like in the mid-teens. I could see it. We got a new member to the Shake Squad Soldier tier. Thank you so much, Dave Stambo. Thank you so much, man. Very much. Have all the extra draft content ready for you. And other stuff too. So definitely appreciate it so much, man. Thank you for joining up. So it says we cannot trade back with the 10th pick. It's not often to get a top 10 pick. And to be honest, we're probably not going to have a top 10 pick again for at least 5 years. Who knows? Maybe even longer. Yeah. So they're either going to treat that pick as a luxury pick or a pick of a blue chip player that they really need. So that it really just depends on how they treat it. It just depends on how that board falls. That's just number one. The board could go totally different than what we expect. And usually that happens almost every single year. There's gonna be a team that picks a guy. It's like, damn, like, holy crap, we wouldn't expect this. But always gotta be on the lookout though. You know what I mean? Dave said he has the work ethic the same as Hurts. Those two would represent the franchise well. Philly says if we could find 2-3 legit stars out of these 6 picks, we'll be good. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of looking for. I would say really 4. I mean, I think they can still get a third rounder. They could probably still get a guy like pretty good. I think they could still get a guy pretty good. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see. You know? Let's see here. We got Murr with the super sticker. What's going on, man? Thank you for the super sticker, bro. I don't even see it. Is it late coming on YouTube? I thought, oh, there it is. It's a picture of a microphone. I appreciate the super sticker. I haven't got a super sticker in a long time. A lot of people don't like super stickers, or maybe people don't think they're available, but I appreciate it so much, man. Dave, it doesn't matter if his agent is refusing at this point. He should be making steps. Yeah, so it looks like it's more on Jalen Carter's agent that's really telling teams, like, he's promising Jalen Carter he's getting in the top 10. So Jalen Carter, as the news came out yesterday, Jalen Carter is not visiting teams outside the top 10 right now. Like nothing. Like not doing anything right now. So, I don't know, if it's smart with all the stuff that's going on with Jalen Carter. Like, I don't know if that's the right move for him. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's a big risk. Like, it doesn't really matter anyway. It's just like, he's going to get drafted regardless. Like, his agent has no control over where he gets drafted. Like, it makes no sense. Like, all he's doing is making it a lot harder on him. I don't know. I get it. I get it. Like, I just think that's kind of dumb. I saw that news the other day and I was kind of like, that's why I made the video on that this morning. I was kind of like, okay, like I don't really get it, but I don't know. Trying to figure it out. We got Murr with another super chat. Thank you so much, man. With the super sticker. It is a super sticker of work. It says work on a laptop. That's what I do every day, man. That's what I do every day. That is the name of the game every single day. If I wasn't on this laptop for a second in a day, it would almost be impossible. But I guess we'll find out, right? That's how it is. Thank you so much, man. Isaiah says Carter is better than Hargrave. I feel like he will be. I feel like he'll actually get some tackles on some of these runs too. I feel like he is a little bit better on the run stuffing. I'm not saying that Carter is that. But I think he will be a little tiny bit better. I'm not saying he's great because he's coming in to be a pass rusher. He's not coming here to be a run stuffer because that's what we have right now with Jordan Davis. Yeah, Drew Rosenhaus, that vampire. He's that's his agent, that damn vampire. I've never heard of a player not accepting visits from. I don't think that's what I was gonna ask too. Like, I don't think I've heard of that either. It's like with everything going on with everything going on right now. It's like, oh, don't worry, we're gonna get you your money. We're gonna get you what you deserve, being in the top, drafted in the top 10. So who else is he gonna visit? So I want to see if anyone drafts him. If no one else, he's going to have now you really cut your pre-draft visits down. Apparently there was a lot more teams. Obviously there was a lot more teams that want a pre-draft visit. So now it's like he had one with the Eagles, had one with the Bears. Like, we'll find out, where else he has a pre-draft visit. Like I said, he's really limiting himself right now. And it's not, I don't know. I don't think it's smart. So I said, Howie definitely told Jalen Carter he's going to draft him at 10. So this is what I'm thinking. So if he made that choice, if his agent made that choice, there must have been some type of promise that he's going to get drafted. The Eagles it's either the Eagles have promised him or the Bears have promised him that they're going to get him. One or the other. It's got to be one or the other, right? So we'll see. Travella 13 said, when the Giants and Cowboys got Barkley and Zeke, they were instantly the best backs in the league. And our turn to add Bijan to the offense, and oh my God, way better than some random fourth round. Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, like you're right. Yeah, Saquon had early success in his rookie year, and Zeke had success for a long time. Even a year after his second contract, he had 1,000 yards. And then he kind of fell off after that. But look how much they used him. And look. I mean, with the weapons you have right now, I'm telling you, this is a moment you cannot pass up on Bijan. If Carter isn't available, you can't really pass up on it. That's what I take. That's what I kind of take out of it. Same agent as Slay. Right. Philly Raptors. Drew Rosenhaus watched way too many Harry episodes on HBO back in the day. Dave said Bijan at 10. Trade up for Pitt, DT. Both are special. Yeah, I like Kalijah Campbell too, man. So this is Carter is not smart. Teams could trade up. Oh, that's what I'm saying. It's like, what does he think that he's automatically get drafted in the top 10 because he's not taking any? He's not going to take on any visits. Like that's what I don't. That's what I don't get. Why are you limiting yourself with all the bullshit that's going on in your background right now that teams aren't a fan of right now? That the rumors are GMs are passing on him, and you know what I mean. But obviously the Eagles feel like, the Eagles wouldn't bring him on a pre-draft visit if they didn't have it. Like, you're not wasting a pre-draft visit for smoke. You're not trying to gain smoke out of it. You have interest there. You know what I mean? I get it. GD says if no one drafts Carr, he could fall hard due to teams not able to interview him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they might take a chance later on. Like, imagine if he dropped that far. Like, imagine if he dropped to the third round. I can't even. I still think he's going to get drafted in the first round. He'll get drafted in the first round. I just like to really limit your options there. It kind of confused me a little bit. Rocky says, I'm concerned about Carter being in shape and his work ethic. We have Jordan Davis already who has I get it, dude. Conditioning issues, I get it. But, I feel like there's been a lot on his plate. I feel like there's just been a lot on his plate. I don't think it's obviously there's some faults. He did something stupid, but at the same time, it wasn't smart, man. It wasn't smart. Yeah, his pro day wasn't great. He looked, apparently he gained 9 pounds and he was cramping up. I don't think he was prepared for that day. I think there was a date set for the pro day. He did it, in the best way. I think there's just a lot going on with him right now. That's what I'm kind of taking out of it. Torville says Carr should be doing the opposite. He should be visiting a lot of teams, showing that he isn't a problem. Acting entitled in the wrong approach. Cassidy might get drafted ahead of him now. It could be. It's not a good. I don't think this is a good look at all. It's like just like you said it. Like I don't think it's him that's doing this. I think it's his agent that's really pushing this. Like, I promise I'll get you drafted in the first round. How, I don't know. If this wasn't a quarterback heavy type draft, like if it wasn't a good quarterback draft or compared to last year, it was not even, it's night and day from last year, but you got to be careful with this, this combination. It's not good. Says Bijan at 10, Carter at 30. Interesting. Definitely interesting. Calgary says edge free agents. Ngakwe, Ingram, Clowney. You're missing one. The guy from the Rams. Why do I always forget his name just doesn't come to me easily. I don't know why. Frank Clark's available. Frank Clark's still out there. Why isn't he signed? You know what I mean? Like, why isn't he signed right now? You got some good edge rushers. I mean, if they're not going after defensive end early in this draft, they should sign one of those vets. They should. Ngakwe's productive every single year. Leonard Floyd, he had 9. I think he had like 9.5 sacks last year. He had a good year. Frank Clark's still out there. There's a lot of defensive ends still. There's some good defensive ends still on the market right now. Obviously, the price should lower up a little bit, but we'll see. So I'd rather have Ngakwe than Clowney. Yeah, I'm not really into Clowney too much. I'd get one of the other guys, to be honest. So the Raptors says Carter is going to be the first round based on positional value alone. He's still a DT. Nakobe Dean fell as a linebacker with hypes up injury rumor. Carter isn't hurt. He won't drop the 30. Yeah, he might not. Yeah, Nakobe Dean dropped because of a shoulder issue that apparently had this big shoulder issue that everyone found out about, and he dropped. And I think he was really surprised that he dropped that far. Not even second round, like third round. Nakobe Dean is going to play with a huge chip on his shoulder, like no joke. It says, Joey, you think the Eagles will be looking for Voorhees? From USC that's tore his ACL. He was top 5 prior. Well, do you think is he going to be a late pick for the Eagles? I mean, they could. Crip Mac 55 says Hurts taking a Holmes like team friendly deal. DeAndre Hopkins confirmed. What you talking about, dude? A deal like that, yeah. So the Raiders are signing Brian Hoyer to a 2-year deal. Let's see here. I don't know why that would be confirmed. The Eagles have interest in another tight end on an NFL on a visit. Des Eagles says you can't spell Clowney without clown. That is true. G says this free agency has been odd to say at least. No big money was really spent on it. No, because they can't afford to do that. They can't. They literally, besides Mariota, I don't think Mariota got hurt last year. Besides Mariota, like maybe Edmonds, like most of the guys that they've got have had past injuries. Like a lot of guys, well, Mariota's had injuries in the past, but I'm talking like last year. Yeah, the Eagles signed some good. I think they signed some pretty underrated. I think Nicholas Morrow's a very underrated signing. I think he's going to play really well. Terrell Edmonds, I think, is going to be a big one for us. He was supposed to sign a big multi-year extension, or at least a multi-year extension with the Steelers, and he didn't. He backed out of it. He actually backed out of it. Joe Castro actually told me this the other day. He was like, yeah, he had a deal on the table with the Steelers, never signed the contract. Eagles were calling, and he got to Philadelphia. I mean, he came to Philadelphia so damn fast. It was kind of crazy. Terrence, remember how you and Philly Honor thought that Howie planted the story about Nakobe having a shoulder injury during the draft? Yeah. Well, it was just really weird. It wasn't just the shoulder. There was like stuff coming out about his whole body, his legs, his thigh. It was like ridiculous. Like why Nakobe, we were wondering why Nakobe Dean was dropping. Was it because of this or that? There was all these weird, like he had like a heart condition. Like there was some weird shit going on that whole entire draft. It was just really weird. It was beyond weird. It was just, he's now projected in the 4th, 5th round. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have those picks right now, so it's crappy right now. Tommy says, just imagine pairing Dean with Trenton Simpson, linebacker from Clemson. That'd be a good one. I want to see if they actually hit on linebacker this year. There's Eagles says also Yankton Ngakwe flirt with Eagles before. Never. That was probably the biggest flirt that we ever had from a player. Like that was the biggest troll job. He didn't have any control over that situation. Unfortunately, he didn't. Like they didn't respect him enough to pick the team that he wanted to go to. He was putting pictures up of Trent Cole and talking about Philly cheesesteaks. I mean, he flirted. He wanted to join the Eagles so badly. He just wouldn't stop, and it just didn't happen. I think he went to the Vikings. I think that's where he went. Then I think he was recently with the Colts, I think. Unless it's the other way around. He went to the Colts, then the Vikings. I forgot what team he went to first. I don't remember. Robbie says, definitely his agent, Drew House, always the news and the wrong reasons. Jesus, hey, Joey, did you hear D-Hop might be cut instead of traded? That's interesting. I don't think. Do I really think the Eagles would really take a shot? I don't know. I don't know if the Eagles would actually take a shot on that. Maybe if he wants a championship, and I don't know, as a number 3, I mean, we'll see. Terrence says after every offseason, Yank Ngakwe is linked to the Eagles. Yeah, probably right. Geez, I was just talking about the whole league and free agent. Okay. I got you. So the Rapture says Nakobe Dean said he's getting a tattoo of a casino chip on his shoulder with number 83 on it. Interesting. Dave said the window is now to win it all. Bijan at 10 and get a guard in the second 30. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I feel like that second first round pick is intriguing because I feel like they'll get it. I feel like they'll get Osiris Torrance, so they'll get if Paris Johnson lasts that long, I think you would have to get Paris Johnson at 10, or a trade back for 1 or 2 spots, but we'll see. Scoots says Penny broke his leg last year. I don't believe he is the answer. You can tell yourself that if you are a GM. I don't know how he's comfortable with the running back core the way it is. There's no way you sign Rashad Penny to $600,000 guaranteed, literally for nothing, because he had an injury last year. He was sidelined after week 5? Week 5 of the season. He was out the whole entire year after week 5. It's the reason why we got him for so cheap. It's a low risk, high reward move. There's a lot of low risk, high reward moves this year that the Eagles made. This draft is going to make the roster of what it's going to be. Scoops is Draft 5. Damn right, dude. Damn right. Go get your hats. Go get the Philly Shakedown Podcast hats, dude. Go get it up. Guys haven't checked out, pre-order here. Pre-orders for the hats, shirts, whatever you're going to get. That's obviously supporting the Philly Shakedown, but we're having fun. And if you guys haven't pre-ordered the hats, pre-order whatever you want to pre-order. You have to pre-order by April 14th to make sure you have the hat on time. So definitely check those out if you guys haven't. Tara says, my gut telling you that Howie's going to trade the 10th pick to get some mid-round picks this year. Howie loves them. Yeah, but trade them for what, though? Like, how far are you moving back? You know what I mean? Well, we'll see. I'm not trading the pick just for mid-round. Obviously, I want a lot more. I want a lot more than what we're getting. But Philly Raptors said if they hit on linebacker in the second or third round, that could be a game changer, to be honest. Vikings, Ravens, Colts. Okay, I got confused. He did go with the Ravens. I forgot. Calgary says, put Kareem Hunt and Jarvis Landry on this offense. No. Kareem Hunt, definitely not. Not anymore. I'm not even interested in that anymore. Landry, like I said, not a big fan of Landry. So I don't know. I think they could probably get a guy in there at number 3 to compete with Quay. I think they can get somebody better than Jarvis Landry, to be honest with you. I don't think they would even have interest in that, to be honest. Files 5 says Eagles probably the ones promised car pick at 10. Could you imagine Joey get a Carter and Bijan combo. A lot of firepower both sides of the ball. I like to get the best at positions of need. Super Bowl window is now. Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. The window will be a lot more open, man, if they hit this draft very well and get like 3 to 4 starters out of it. Yeah, it'd be pretty good. Dave said Jack Campbell from linebacker from Iowa. Yeah, I heard a lot of good things about him. Haven't checked out too much of his stuff, but I heard a lot of good things. So the Rapture, we're 100% drafting a running back. The only question is what rounds. Guys like Pacheco make me nervous because GMs now think everyone can find a guy. Yeah, it's all about the coaching at the end of the day with guys like that. It's just coaching. If Pacheco goes to another team, he probably doesn't do a damn thing because they just don't know how to use him, or they try to mimic how the Chiefs will use him. But I'm not putting too much on it. You know what I mean? AO says, what do you think of Byron Pringle? The comp for Quez probably would be cheap. Could learn to return the dudes fast. I don't know about catch ability, but wasn't bad with the Chiefs. Nah, but I understand that, but he might just fit well with the Chiefs. I don't know. Didn't Pringle go to the Bears and didn't really do much of anything? If I could be right, didn't Pringle go to the Bears? Or I could be wrong. I thought he went to the Bears, but. Desert Eagles, what's up, man? He says, don't be surprised if he gets cut, especially a big if we draft Bijan Robinson. Who? Don't surprise if who gets cut. Who? Who? I gotta know. Terrence says, I do feel like Penny is high risk, high reward situation. If he isn't healthy, then I don't know if Kenny and Boston have what it takes to produce in 2 running back. Yeah, I think Kenny would be fine if he's paired up with Bijan next year, but I think the Eagles like Kenneth Gainwell a lot. I just don't think I don't know. I just don't think he's a 3-down back. He's just not. I think he's a great player. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he's got some special running skill set, but I just think his vision. I think his vision's really good. He's not the fastest guy, but he'll get yards. He'll make guys miss. I like Kenny G a lot. He was a total steal in the 5th round. Total steal. Definitely. Don't be surprised if he gets cut, especially a big. Yeah, we'll see, Desert. We'll see, dude. Rashad Penny, yeah, I don't know. I don't think he'll get cut. I don't know if he will, but I think they will keep Boston Scott at if they want to keep both those guys, they'll keep Boston Scott at special teams at kick returner. Because last year they did the same thing with Boston Scott. There were games where he only played special teams. He wasn't even on the field once for a lot of games last year either. Obviously, but towards the middle end of the season, they started lining him up there a little bit more. So we'll see. G said if the Titans trade up to 3 with the Cards, it's going to shake up the top 10. Yeah, it really is. It is because Will Anderson should be going 3rd overall this year. He should. The Titans want to trade up to the 3rd overall pick. Now the Raiders want to trade up to the 3rd. I don't know why the Raiders. I think they want to get. I think they honestly want Will Anderson. I think that's who they want to get. Why would the Raiders want to trade to the 3rd overall pick? They have a quarterback, so it's not for a quarterback. They want Will Anderson, dude. It's all for Will Anderson. It could shake things up. It could. It really could. Ty says, what is actually frustrating that the Eagles are 99% comfortable with their running backs? Why would they have signed Penny if they knew they were going to draft Bijan? I hope we draft 5. That's what I'm saying. I don't think the Eagles are comfortable at that. There's no way that they signed Penny and they're like, okay, yeah, we're going to be great this year at running back. There's no fucking way. There's no way, dude. There's just nah, dude. It's just not it's not in the cards, man. I just don't see how they sign Scott and they signed Scott and then they signed Penny and they're like, yep, we're good at running back. Yep, we're set. No friggin' way. If you're trying to win a championship this year, there's no way you're adding Penny and saying that this offense is good at running back right now. With the promise that he's going to be The good thing about it is he got hurt really early last year, so it's not like he had like a late injury where like, he's still rehabbing and stuff, which is good. You know what I mean? I get it. Appreciate it, Desert. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I just don't see it, dude. Tanner says Ndamukong Suh is another guy who linked to the Eagles every offseason. When Howie got him, I was like, wait, what? It's actually happened. He and Linval Joseph plugged up the running. Yeah, well, that's what happened. Jordan Davis got hurt, and then they signed 2 guys. And then when Jordan Davis came back, it was even better. The depth was just amazing for this team. You know what I mean? So it was really good, but you're not going to have that this year. Like, we need good coaching by this defensive coordinator. This defensive coordinator, these players cannot bail this defensive coordinator out like they did last year in a lot of games. It's not going to happen this year. You're going to have a smarter defensive coordinator this year that's going to create pressure, create pressure to get on quarterbacks. That's what's going to be really important. So, God Dog Advice says, for guards, I like Andrew Voorhees in the 4th. He's great value there and has positional versatility. I'm sure you like him, Joey, given his name. Oh, of course. I mean, Yeah, I know. Yeah, but it's the Bears. Let's go down a little bit. Rocky says we can't count on your current running back room. We need a number 1. Penny is going to get. I don't have any faith right now that he's going to stay healthy, so I don't know. Andrew said, I don't know what the cap room at or not, but I still wish the Eagles would throw a 1-year prove-it deal to Miles Jack. They need some. I think he got signed already. Didn't Miles Jack get signed yet, or no? Did he not? I don't know if he did. The Eagles' cap space is over $20 million in cap. From what it says, I mean, that was the last updated cap as of right now. Aaron said, Dago, that great call. Voorhees a steal. He'll have a rehab for a year, but he started caliber. Who? What happened? I don't even know what happened. Who wants to see who? Who are we talking about? I don't know who we're talking about. Oh, he's still out there. So he's still available? I don't know. I thought he signed with another team. Maybe he didn't. I guess he's still around. I don't know. I haven't followed it, so I don't know. I haven't seen anything lately, so I could be, wrong, but we will see. All right, let's check out the cap space real quick. Let's see if it's updated or whatnot. Last, it was like $21.6 million. But I think part of it is this Jalen Hurts extension too. So we'll see. Let's check it out. Let's see what it looks like right now. 20 million. They're over 20 million cap space right now. Over. Aaron says, also, does Barnett even make it through camp without getting cut? He seems like such a liability that brings nothing but the team. That roster spot could be better. Oh, yeah, 100%. Like, I would cut Barnett and sign Leonard Floyd or Yank Ngakoue, or I think somebody else would produce more than he does. I mean, who knows? Maybe Barnett plays good this year. He knows that this is a contract year for him. He's on a second contract right now. It was a 2-year deal. Can he stay healthy? That's probably the main concern. Can that man stay healthy? You got to worry about his health too on top of it. I mean, Barnett's been nothing but a 1-year wonder for us, really. He played okay in 18, but just it's been a knucklehead. He's been an idiot. He's cost us drives where our defense could have got off the field, and he was just being stupid. I don't want this man costing us any games. That's what I kind of worry about with him, because he's not smart. He's a hothead. So Brian just said, we're just a running back by committee system here. It's cheaper and more efficient. Bijan would come right in and fit the scheme. Penny is just a great complimentary back. Yeah, I mean, I think if you want to do something different, like make Bijan Robinson your premier guy, but at the same time, like use Rashad Penny as like a finisher. Let him tire out defenses. You can have a really good room this year. A deep room. Getting Bijan just makes the Penny thing make you feel a little bit better. This way you have some assurance that, if Bijan comes in, you're good, man. You know what I mean? Um Andrew says, in your opinion, Joey, is there a huge drop off between Bijan and Gibbs? Because Gibbs could be there at 30, which leaves that 10 pick open. No, I drop off. No, it really just depends on what position they have interest in. I don't think there is really, because I feel like a lot of offensive linemen are ranked a little bit high, a lot higher. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't think so. No, I don't. I don't think so at all. I think we'll be pretty good. Oh, Victor Williams from the Philly Pod just put out a tweet pretty much saying, Eagles pretty much told Carter, we're drafting you if available at 10. Don't even bother talking to anyone else. Pat McAfee just put out him and hold on. Pat McAfee said the Eagles would be my educated guess why Jalen Carter isn't taking meetings outside the top 10. This might be the pick. This actually might be the pick. What makes it more crazy is that like this pick is just this Jalen Carter situation is just different now because now he's not taking any visits outside the top 10. Really, he's not taking Daniel Jeremiah and Pat McAfee. I'm not going to play it because for copyright reasons, so you guys can hear it, but. From what it sounds like it's already like done. It's like the Eagles or the Bears are pretty much saying, if you're available, we're getting you. But a lot is saying that the Eagles have more interest than the Bears. A lot are saying that the Eagles have made more promise than the Bears have with Jalen Carter as of right now. You know what I mean? Tommy says, if we actually draft Bijan, we better not misuse him like we did Sanders. Bijan's a 3-down back. No excuse to not use it. No, I mean, this year might be a little bit different. I think they will lessen the snaps with Penny. I think that's the smartest thing to do. Like, I don't want to give Penny a lot of I don't want to, if you get to the playoffs or get to the Super Bowl, then use the crap out of him if you want. But I think Scott will go to special teams as like strictly special teams. I think Bijan will be used out of most of these running backs this year because they can honestly work it to their advantage too. Because Kenneth Gainwell will get some snaps this year, but I don't think they'll go crazy with him. You never know. They might say, you know what, he's on one more year on his deal. Maybe I don't think that's going to make a difference, but to get him cheaper, they might not play him as much because they'll get him cheaper in free agency after the next couple of years. I don't know. I don't think that makes a difference at all. Statistically, I don't think it makes a difference. I mean, Sanders, the Eagles could have re-signed Sanders easily. He really wasn't that expensive. $6 million a year, whatever the hell it was. AO said, if this is true, I think Jalen wants to come here. He could still move up for Bijan. Greenblood says, hey, Joey, that is a guy that's been trying to build his channel and wants you on Smith Eagle. Yeah, I haven't got back to him. I haven't got back to him yet. I've been so busy between the channel work and I'm trying to work out a time with him. I haven't answered his DM yet, but we talked for a second. I'm definitely gonna get on his channel really soon. So I watched the stream with him in Philly. It was on his channel. It was really good. I liked it. And Spitty Eagles got a really good channel. So definitely. This is the off season. The off season is a good place where I can jump on some other channels and have a good time. And during the season, it's almost impossible. It really is sometimes, but we'll see. Aaron says, "Well, obviously, if Carter's there at 10, there's no way he falls any further. But he's certainly not falling that far, especially with the Bears at 9. Eagles should try to move. Yeah, they might have to. They might have to. The Bears being at 9 is a huge threat for the Eagles not getting him. But if they don't get him, I'm taking Bijan. I'm taking my guy. That's how that whole thing is going right now. That's how I'm taking this whole thing right now. Simple as that." Says, "By the way, that tweet is from me. I'm that guy keeps tagging." Oh, so you're that guy. See, I don't know, because YouTube names and Twitter names, I guess, are different for a lot of people. So, oh, you're that guy. I didn't know. Yeah, I just saw that, but I appreciate you always tweeting out stuff. I really do appreciate it, man. It helps me at the end of the day. You, Ryan Rollman, a bunch of guys like Ryan Rollman. He messages me like about anything Eagles. Always messages me, no doubt. So I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. Let me see here. If you guys haven't joined, okay, if you guys have not joined my official Discord, definitely join it. We have over 300 members. We do voice chats with the subscribers and everybody every few days. Definitely check out the new Discord. I've been building that. I have 2 guys running it for me that have been doing a fantastic job. So I appreciate it so much, guys. Definitely follow that Discord if you guys have it. If you guys haven't either, the Philly Shakedown merch, definitely pre-order the merch here. If you guys haven't got anything yet as of hats, by the end of this week, we'll have the hats. We'll be wearing them. We'll be displaying them, and the t-shirts as well. So definitely check it out. Check it out. See here. Fly High says, "Joe, you should check out Cole Coleman." G said, "If we get Carter at 10, I feel like we would have to trade up to get Bijan, because I've been hearing Dallas been looking to trade up together." Yeah, we'll see how much interest they actually have in him. We'll find out if there's any truth to it come draft time. You know what I mean? We'll see. Andrew says, "What combo of first-round DT running back would you prefer, Carter and Gibbs or Bijan and Kancey? Because I could see Kancey falling to 30 possibly." I don't think they're drafting Kancey at 10. I think you can still trade back and get some picks. Oh man, it's tough. It's a really, really, really tough one. I'd probably go Bijan and Kancey, and I'm just picking just because of the choices. But like I said, if Carter isn't there, I'm obviously going with Bijan. And then obviously if they want to get a trench guy, that's what they're going to do, then that's what they're going to do. You know what I mean? So I get it. It says Dallas needs a tackle. Oh boy, have to keep signing 1-year deals and won't be around. No, I mean, Brandon Cooks is there for 2 seasons. Gilmore's a rental. He's a number 1 corner rental, and like he's a good signing for them for that defense, no doubt. He's definitely going to help Diggs on the other side, no doubt about that. But he had an okay year last year. Like, Gilmore had a good, a solid year last year, but 2 years before that, he didn't really do much of anything. He was injured. So really it's going to be up to Gilmore to stay healthy this year and, lock down the other side, Patriots are shopping Mac Jones. Could they be another team that moves up for a quarterback? Jesus, who's their backup? I mean, who's their backup right now? I don't even know. Yeah, Mike Florio. Patriots are shopping Mac Jones. Jesus. This draft might go even better than we expected for us. It might be pretty crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Brian said, "Did you found out information about DJ Fluke? I heard that he was workout at Alabama's pro day. I haven't heard anything about that at all." It's gonna get, dude. It's gonna be really nuts, dude. It's gonna be really crazy. Like the rumors are gonna be swirling like nonstop, nonstop, nonstop. It's gonna be something. It's gonna get real interesting, dude. I totally agree. I totally agree. Eric said, I got my pick on number 5 hat and playing hotel tickets this year's draft in Casey. Who's going to be there with me? Dude, I hope you have a really good time, man. I would love to go. God, I wish I went to that draft in Philly in 17, bro. God, we had a draft. We had the draft. We won the Super Bowl. We won the Super Bowl in 17 and had the draft in 2017 in Philadelphia. Dude, what a draft. Not even what a draft, but like just man, having the draft in Philly, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. There could be a couple teams moving up for a QB. Yeah. Sorry, I scratched my throat real quick. Yeah, that's another team trying to move up, man. This is just getting crazy now. The Titans want to move into the top 10. Now the Patriots, like Jesus, dude. Like keep coming, dude. Bring as many teams into that top 10 as possible. I am perfectly fine with it. That's just good. We're just sitting while everyone is in panic mode for a quarterback. I am perfectly fine with it. Perfectly fine. You know what I mean? AO says, my girlfriend works in sports management and might be going to the draft. Asked if I could go to and got told no. Why? Gotta have connections. Why not? Yo, Robert, what's going on, dude? Hope you're having a good day, man. Chubb says, I'm starting to think there's no chance to get Bijan. Why? There's a huge chance. There's a huge chance. Sue says, I wouldn't be able to get Casey for the draft. No way, not after the Super Bowl loss. Yeah, we need a comeback in this draft. Rogers, I don't think we have to move up for Carr. He should be there at 10, maybe. The Bears obviously are really the only team. I mean, there's other teams that it could be almost anybody in the top 10 that wants Carter, but the Bears legit have a pre-draft visit with Carter. The Jalen Carter has only met with 2 teams, the Bears and the Eagles. Those are the only 2 teams he's met with. So it's not like he's met with the Raiders, the Lions. You know what I mean? Like, there's nobody in the top 10. I mean, we still got a few weeks, so we're going to see, like, if a team doesn't reach out to Jalen Carter in the top 10 that's sitting there right now, the team that are in the top 10 right now, if they don't reach out, then I don't know. So, sitting pretty, I totally agree, man. Dale Jeremiah just said on Pat McAfee show that he thinks the Eagles have something to do with Jalen not interviewing outside of the top 10. Yeah. You could be 100% right. 100%. I 100% agree that it could be true. It makes it more interesting because if like the only reason why it's so interesting where it could be legit is because he's not doing any more pre-draft visits outside the top 10. So it's really showing that he's being very selective on where he wants to go. That's where it's kind of telling us right now. So, you know what I mean? It's kind of nuts. George said the Eagles are definitely going to go best player. No, 100%, dude. That's how they should be doing. The last 2 drafts have been that. And that's what they're going to do again. Again, that's what they're going to do. You know what I mean? Susan, I'm praying Carter goes to the Bears. I want Bijan so bad. Robert says he best fits Philly with Graham, Fletcher, Kelsey. There plus bonus. He has friends on the team. Yeah, that's why I think it's going to be very good for him because Nakobe Dean and Jordan Davis, like it's going to be a dream for him to play on this defense with those guys, motivate each other. You know, Georgia, coming back together again with some of these guys. I'm telling you, I think he really is low. I think he's got a lot of interest coming here. I do. I really do. See, guys, I could be excited about Jalen Carter coming here. Trust me. Yeah, I've been talking about Bijan every single day, but trust me, like they draft Jalen Carter, I'd be really happy. I'd be really excited. Yo, Andre says, "What's good, my guy Joey? It's me, Philly Boyfriend. Yo, what's going on, dude? Hope you're having a good day, man. Long time no talk, man. I hope you're doing really well, dude. Hope you're doing really well." Terrence says, we for sure are the wall at pick 10 that will take Carter if he fails. They're 0 down. Brent said, honestly, I would draft Bijan 10, trade for Jeffrey Simmons or a 30th pick and maybe a third next year. That's my contingency with to get Carter and Bijan. Yeah, I like what you're saying, but the only thing I don't agree with is Jeffrey Simmons because you're gonna end up paying him a lot of money. You're not gonna get him for cheap. You're just, I don't know. You're not. It doesn't make any sense for me to. They have to move some money around. Like they have to give him a new deal. They can't kind of take over the contract he's at right now. He's got a big cap number too. So, oh, actually, this cap number is not bad. It's really what a new contract that he's going to want. And he's 25, 26 years old. Like he's going to want a new contract, you know, off his rookie deal. Ryan says Philadelphia Eagles are need draft offense tackle, defense tackle, safety, linebacker. We need to pick in free agency. Should Philadelphia Eagles fill these positions? Yeah, I don't mind that. I think you're on the money with that. George's thoughts on Will Anderson? I don't know, man. If the Cardinals trade out of the 3rd overall pick, he could move down a little bit closer to the Eagles, but how much further is he going to move down? You know what I mean? Cyrus says, I still can't help to think that Howie Roseman wants to take Peter Skoronski and plug him at guard. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much they do. I mean, I know they have I know they feel really good. They feel really good for Cam Jurgens. But we need depth at offensive line, so we need it. I mean, there's gonna be an offensive lineman drafted first the first 3 picks of this draft. You got to get over it because it's gonna happen this year. SSJ says, "We want to just smack your face." Week 14, we would have to worry about the Bears possibly taking Carter. Well, yeah, some things didn't go our way with that pick, but 10 is better than, I think 10 might be a good spot. Might be a good spot. It might be a bad spot if you want Carter. Maybe if they have to move up a couple spots, it could be happening. So it says dream draft Jalen Carter 10 trip with 30 in second year from get Bijan. And that guy says, as long as they walk away with Anderson, Carter, Robinson, day one, I'm good. I can't forget how he could always offer Barnett to a team too. Yeah, but he's got no value though. Like, I know it's easy to say, well, let's just trade Barnett. You can't trade Barnett because he's got no value. Like, what are you going to sell a team that, you know what I mean? Unless you just throw him in a trade, say, hey, we're just trying to get rid of a player, just take him. You know what I mean? Like, there's no value in Derek Barnett. Like, if you're out a whole season, there's no value. Especially with him, there's no friggin' value. And you're not going off of 2 years ago because what did he do? 2 sacks, 8 penalties, a giant headache. Yeah, he's worth a giant headache. I mean, that's about it. I'll take him for, we'll trade you. We don't want him to be a giant headache, so we'll trade you this giant headache and give you a giant headache. That's pretty much what they're doing. You know? Brent said the cap wouldn't be affected until next year, and you have Davis the cost control for 4 more years. Brad says, so you pay for elite talent. Our run defense would be unreal. Plus, we would have a good rusher. No, I mean, Simmons is good. The problem is they're not going to – he's coming off a rookie contract after this year. I'm not trading for him to rent him. I'm trading him to extend him. I don't think they can afford to extend him. They're not going to give him – Howie's not going to get away with a 25, 26-year-old player coming off a rookie contract after this year to just pay him $20 million a year or more than that. He's got a market, and there's no way the Eagles are going to stoop to that number. It's not going to happen. You know? Brian Redden says, Kelsey, Graham, and Fletcher are all in the same year's deal. The pick at 10 is going to be Carter. If not Carter, then the pick will be defense end from Texas Tech. Oh, that I forgot his name. I can't pronounce his name. Or no, actually, no, not him. Who's from Texas Tech? Oh, I'm trying to remember. I'm brain farting right now. Plus, I haven't slept since from 11 o'clock yesterday. So, it's going to be a tough one to get through today. On that guy says, Barnett's college stats are hefty. The guy also played a crucial part in the Super Bowl win. I would peg his lack of play to the heavy D-line rotation. I'm shopping the guy. Yeah, well, yeah, but that's the only thing you're really going to sell out of that. From something that happened like years ago. It's not enough for me. Jalen Brooks says, some interesting rumors have heard Jerry Simmons to the Cardinals for number 3 pick. Patriots quietly shopping Mac Jones to trade for Lamar. The GOAT says, I hope we could somehow get Jalen Carter or Tyree Wilson. There's a big chance. Brett says, we would extend him his point like you did with A.J. Brown. The Eagles got an extension with Jalen Hurts to work on, bro. Like, they gotta, they obviously, if they sign a player to big money, they have to calculate what they're going to be giving Jalen Hurts to make sure that both these players are fitting under the cap. That's the problem I have right now. Yeah, $21.6 million looks good and all, but at the same time, you need a quarter of that money for draft capital. You need a quarter of that money for draft capital. You need, the Simmons thing is just, it's not going to work out as everyone expects it to. So. John, what's going on, dude? I hope you're having a good day, man. Kai says they got to lock Hurts before they can extend other players. Well, they can extend other players. The thing is, it's like they have to make sure they can calculate. If they're like, oh yeah, if it's like $1 million for a year, oh yeah, sure, we can calculate that easily. I'm not worried about that. But once a bigger contract for a bigger player that wants an extension, like Jeffrey Simmons, it's a problem. It might be a bigger problem. So, but we'll see. We'll see. So we've been going on for 2 hours, 26 minutes of the chat live stream today. We'll definitely be streaming tomorrow. But definitely, we did an early one today, early morning, like 10, I don't know what we started at 10 something, whatever it was. You guys haven't subscribed to the channel. Please subscribe if you guys have it. Like the stream if you guys have it. Make sure to pre-order the Philly Shakedown merch. We've sold a good amount of merch so far, and we can't wait to get these hats and show you guys. We're going to be wearing these things probably this weekend. By Friday, we should have them. Yeah. Very excited for it. And we'll go for another. Actually, we might actually go. I'm getting really tired. I haven't slept since yesterday. I literally haven't slept since yesterday. So I'm pretty shot. I'm kind of losing I can't keep my eyes open right now. So I'm kind of in the down circle mode right now. But yeah, we will have make sure you join the Discord. Thank you, GG. Make sure you pre-order some of the hats. Shirts are available. Make sure you pre-order by April 14th. Like and subscribe to the channel. We'll have another video out. We'll have another membership video on some of the draft picks and stuff, some of the draft stuff as well on there. So definitely check out all that stuff. If you guys haven't hit the pinned comment above, lowest tier, doesn't matter what it is, you get all the extra draft content I have been putting out on there too. So support's been unreal. I thank everybody for joining the stream today. A lot of fun, and we got a lot to look forward to, guys. It's going to be really interesting. We'll be back with another stream tomorrow, early. Probably as early as we did today. So look out for that. If anything changes, I'll let you guys know. But so far, we'll be streaming tomorrow, probably the rest of this week, most likely. I'll try not to skip a day this week. We gotta, we're gonna have a lot of draft streams now. So we're gonna start to get, away from free agency into some of the draft streams. And doing our thing. So you guys have a great day. Make sure you like, subscribe, do your thing. And I appreciate the support, man. You guys have been awesome, and it's nice talking football with all you guys. So, all right, you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys on the next one. Shakes, what up, follow side. Peace out, guys. Peace out. See you later, guys. Peace.